Hey everyone. Hello, hello. I do apologize for keeping everybody waiting. Good morning, Wander and Sub. Lovey, Curvy, Gary, Pika, Jill. I'm so sorry that I pushed it back. I started cleaning, and once I get in that mood, I can't just leave things sitting, right? So I had to finish it. For some out there who may not know what cleaning is, just kidding. Hey Betty. Man, she is getting fried. Wandering Sub. It was so fitting. Hey, Electro, Agent, Pika, Mama, Jewel, Christine, Nuvi, Broken Bougie, TK, Missy Lou, Wanda, Sassy Hound, Gemma, Jason. I'm glad you survived, Jason. Baton, Dawn, good morning, Kimmy, Goody Two Shoes, Darcy, Jacqueline, Baby Boop, thank you. Cinda Kane, Brianna, Northern Lass, La La Lauren, Perfectly, Happy Beach, Caroline, AK. Oh, I missed Northern Lass, sorry. Everett, good morning. Gertie, Freeside, Watermelon Moonshine, Cheech the Peach, Shawnee, good morning. Pedal me this. Just want to say I was right, BJ. Next time, listen to me, not a drunk lemon. I know that's right. Catherine, thank you for in the thumbs up. Good morning, Marina girl. Missy Blue Boo. It's me, pretty in pink. Maggie May, come clean mine. I hate cleaning, but you ever angry clean? Because that's totally what I was doing. Hey, Sherry, Petra. Our great leader is on live now. Is he? Hey, Candalee, Sarah's Corner. Here, Kitty, thank you so much for the gift that you always gift memberships, and I truly appreciate that. Thank you. Proud Firma, Lee the Bee, Miriam, Angel Chips, Scoose Baby, Freeside, Janet, good morning, everyone. Okay, if I missed you, there's my favorite bee. I do apologize. Hey, Maize and Blue. Lawyer Girl says, I'm back. I was so sad that you had to push back, but I understand. It's all better now. Thank you. Sam Sarah, good morning. Imagine being a chicken. That's the egg you give. Don't get me in trouble this early. Hey, Lindsley, Darcella, Crazy Girl Oddities, is me, Barb, Brianna. Your mom does the same thing. It's kind of the best, right? Like, it's my go-to. When I get, like, really angry or anything, I either go to the gym and work out or I aggressively clean. Like, that is what I do. Uh, Good morning, Muffy. James Still, thank you so much for eggs. Boy, they getting expensive. Hell, they are, aren't they? Some eggs are gonna get more expensive than others, I'll tell you that. Hey, Auburn, bathtub, sofa, Fortune Reed, good morning. Everett says, first off, thank you for being a member. Granny, stay calm and remember, we're all on your side. I can imagine how much anxiety you feel at the moment. Just stay calm. I'm trying, man. I it is so easier said than done sometimes. Like last night, for example. I didn't listen to myself, so I don't know how fucking angry I came across. But yeah, man, I was angry. Like there is no doubt about it. I was angry. Um it's just one of those things where like your heart kind of drops, right? Like I don't know how to explain it. I'm a person that when I get angry, I either cry and I get like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. And man, I was definitely angry. Mama Bear, good morning. Cleaning is great therapy. It is, and it's beneficial to your overall health. Some others should try it. It is different, straight talker. That's how I felt Watermelon Moonshine. Like it just took me back, and I'm like, damn. Like all was good. We were having fun. It was lighthearted. And then that happened. I'm like, oh, you missed it, Jason? Put a one in the chat if you missed it. I could always play it. It is creepy. It is creepy and it's intentional, right? Sorry about that. Sounds like we would be good friends. Good morning, Darcy. Loki. Gary says I actually calm down when I'm angry. What? That don't make no dang sense. Oh, a lot of you missed it. Oh, okay. Hold on. I will find the moments. Because I know it was right when I came back. We were up there having a good time. We were laughing. All was fun.
If you catch it, I have it clipped, I think, on my computer, but
This has to be it because I scrolled to where I was down and came back. So we'll see if I was right.
he says, the snake oil salesman from Pennsylvania. He goes,
Yeah.
so they actually can use her as the scapegoat.
Bitch.
I'm just saying, like, nothing would surprise me.
Today. Yeah, because I came back at a particular point. So it has to
Which
be.
include
You notice what that says, though?
or the alleged unlawful publication and discussion of a confidential.
Hold on, I'm gonna word search it. But anyway, there were some interesting things Nick put out. I don't know how valid these things are. I wish I could be like, oh yeah, these are all factual and da da da, but we don't fucking know. We don't know if they are or not. Sorry, guys, I was so quiet. Yeah, way more control than I have. Jamadre, thank you. Sorry, I don't mean to keep. I thought everybody pretty much saw it, but it has to be right around this part. I'm just gonna guess it instead of keeping you all waiting. We shall look together.
You finally getting a few little clicks over there.
Oh yeah,
Nick?
it is right here.
When I caught that the other night, I was like, I'm replaying this part specifically
Right,
because no one has caught on to him saying this.
What the fuck? When did he meet up with them?
I don't know. It's either he's saying that he has. Well, the reason I say it could.
So this is about Senator saying that he could have got Brittany out of litigation. He's from Pennsylvania. He knows these
could have
guys.
called Nick the Hat on the phone.
Yes, yes. He's like, I could have cleared this up. I could have got this dropped.
Right. Well, if you catch it, I have it clipped, I think, on my computer, but he says
right here,
the snake oil salesman from Pennsylvania. He goes,
yeah.
And you guys, I remember I'm in Pennsylvania. I've met these dudes.
So that part. So right around here is when I see Nick in the chat. Now the letter on the screen is them basically saying, and it's weird that what do you get alerted when I hit the docket? Because they knew in advance that I filed this judgment, and Brittany therefore had a heads up that I filed this before she was even served. Yet she still didn't respond to it. The redactions here are basically telling Brittany, your dispute originates from prior litigation in which you, blank, 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 made these allegations against Granny. That case was dismissed with prejudice, and the court recognized your status as a limited purpose public figure under appeal. Basically saying you don't have the legal standing to do what you're trying to do with this woman. So now she filed this, and good luck fighting it. That's what this email to her says. But it also proves that Brittany had a heads up in what I did.
Before. And I was like, bro, what? Huh? You said, huh?
Who the fuck knows? But you know what? Him talking shit and trying to go after Nick to stick up for BJ is not going to work out in his favor.
Especially when he's in PA.
Well, here's something else that I thought too. It's funny that
I think this is when I'm not down with the weird chummy shit, though. I'll tell you. Yeah. Intelligence for you two other. Not true.
And it's cold as fuck.
Stay true. Stay true to Sebastian.
Running side.
Oh, yeah. Here it is. I was going to say some shit, but not with Nick in the chat.
Nick's in our chat?
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh.
Shaggy, it wouldn't.
I was trying to sneak out here in the back. My
Drink.
nose is fucking running because I was out here smoking. And it's cold as fuck.
Stay true. Stay true to Sebastian. Stay fucking true. Stay true. How dare you sit there and say, watch this as an example of how not to get involved in drama when you chose a bunch of drama bitches to get involved with and try to ruin 2 other people's lives? The fuck you mean stay true? How about this for you, dummy? The Brittany that commented that SF went to her house was not even Brittany Jackson, intelligent agent. God, I'm not down with the weird chummy shit though, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, hold on a second. The Brittany is that who you're talking about? The one that he was showing on here was not that's the one that SF. So that's not, yeah, that's the one that you're talking about was not Brittany J. That's SF. That's the neighbor with Chris.
Don't involve them in it. You accuse this entire community of operating. Yeah, at this point, Nick says, don't involve them. Go back to your own show. Oh, yes, he did.
Not Brittany J. That's SF. That's the neighbor with Chris.
Don't involve them in it. You accuse this entire community of operating a Rico. What do you mean don't involve them in it? You involved this entire sector in it.
Why am I not? Hold on. I must be back behind. Hold on.
They're
Go to
saying
my
something
own
like,
show. Are you finally getting a few little clicks over there, Nick? Does it feel good to finally be seen?
they keep saying something like he's in the other chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say because I can't see. So hold on. I'm gonna try to see if I'm behind.
No, oh, I see him.
Okay, well, hold on. I'll be right back then because
Did you not put Queen? Both chats are together when you're on panel, just so we're clear. There's no 2 separate chats going on. They couldn't see him because he's a measly little rat and a big old chat. You know what I mean? So it wasn't because he was in a different chat or any of that, because the chats are together. It's because it's because they didn't see him because there's so many commenters.
Okay, well, hold on. I'll be right back then because
That was an email to Did you not put Queen Bee in the Rico? Did you not try to amend without the judge's permission to put Queen Bee in the Rico? Sure did. That didn't happen? Don't forget that.
Fuck, we're all in there. What do you mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying. He's saying don't involve y'all, but everybody was named in it, right? I'm telling you, this dude got a plan, and the plan needs to be all cozy and chummy and throwing Brittany under the bridge. And there's something more here. There really is. There ain't no bait to be taken. It don't matter what I could say to him today. He won't win his frivolous litigation. What's disappointing, though, is you can't take back. That's the other part, right? People are like, don't give him the bait. Don't give him the bait. Nothing I could hand Nick would fix the fact that their lawsuit was baseless. They were false allegations. Nothing I say will change that. Back the damage you done to Sebastian's name either. Oh, yeah, there's something a brewing.
Yeah, just be careful. Don't go off on him because,
That's it, Joe Madre.
he said he's gone, so let it be gone.
TTYL, so maybe he left.
Because he will. Oh, he will talk to y'all later.
I was trying to scroll up here and read these comments. I'm just have to go to where you have like one of my mods go get all the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Now, at this point, I'm like internally shaken, right? Like I am so angry, but I'm trying to keep my calm. I'm keeping my cool. But I am internally angry because I know what the next step is. He's going to start emailing people and he's going to try to start sliding in. When he says, I'll talk to you later, he meant that. He is definitely going to reach out. There's no doubt in my mind.
And where you can do a chat where you can see them all at once.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm going to scroll back through this fucking chat trying to find every single one of them. And I've missed one. I know I've missed a couple of them already trying to find them.
I was going to snap. The comment he made was he's looking, he wants his money back. He came in to see what his buddy B thought of it. I wasn't born yesterday. Wow, I want my money back. I came to watch my man. This is his exact comment. And I know motherfuckers like him.
Otherwise, I'm going to scroll back through this fucking chat trying to find every single one of them. And I've missed one. I know I've missed a couple of them already trying to find them.
The comment he made was he's looking, he wants his money back. He came in to see what his buddy B thought of it.
B.
Wow, I want my money back. I came to watch my man B's reaction to the video of me returning eggs. Robbed me of a laugh. Guy's a character. Anyway, I left a note for y'all at the end. Yeah, so I have Nick blocked, right? Like, I've had Nick blocked for forever. So the only reason I saw him is because I was on panel. So I'm not going to lie. It took me back because I never see that guy, right? But because when you're on panel, if you have people blocked or not, or they have you blocked or not, you will see them if you're on somebody else's panel. So that's the only reason I saw him. So I wasn't expecting to see him. Normally, if he's in a chat, I don't even know it. Yeah, he's talking about beats him. Yeah.
Well, and he said before that, unless he's got amnesia, he don't think he's ever met that cheeseburger. I guess he's talking about a lemon.
Thank you, Bio.
Yeah, why would he fucking say he's going to meet up with him and shit, trying to get Brittany out of it? What
No,
the
he didn't
fuck?
say that. That's what I said could
Are
be.
you gonna
but-
call him and get Brittany out of it?
Yeah.
Colin. He said if she would have called me first instead of going live, I could have called Nick the Hat.
Yeah, I heard him saying some dumbass shit like that. What the fuck? Trying to like buddy up with him?
Or something. Maybe he thinks he's a smooth operator. I don't know.
Yeah, nah.
Why do we care if he buddies up with Sinner? They're already buddied up. That's how this whole thing came to be, right? Like, the whole thing came to be because they wanted to get B. Tim's identity and try to get him to a debate in PA. We already know that they're chummy. Like, this is a whole operation. These guys are like, they think they're clever, but they're not that clever. We're more clever. We can see what they're doing. It's just, unfortunately, you got to let it roll the way it rolls.
Chick sends him a picture of tits in his email, and all of a sudden he's got the he is the
He's the man.
Romeo.
Thank you, Elena.
No, I think hold on. I think one of my mods already blocked him in our chat. So
No, he can't join the lawsuit. Sinner talks a big game. Sinner's a talker. He can't do anything. He can't do anything. If he could have gotten Brittany out of this whole Rico litigation or whatever's going on, he would have done it. You know what I mean? Like, these people talk to talk. They don't have the power they think they have. That's the biggest thing, is they really don't have the fucking power. This guy acts like he's powerful. He's not. Of course he wants to cause a rift between us. What do you think his whole intent is? Right, that is his whole intent. And at the end of the day, this guy's not anybody for anybody to fucking fall over. You know what I mean? Like, he's not like some big, well-known guy that everybody should want to get a talk to. And, yeah, he knows Ellen DeGenerate and blah, blah, blah. He's friends with Trump and he's friends with this person. He's friends with that person. No, it's all an act. It's an illusion. This guy's not worth nothing. He's the scum on your shoe, right? But for some reason, he's all of a sudden being entertained. And nobody's wondering why this guy came out from underneath the bridge to even be entertained. At this point, why at this point is he turning on Brittany? You know what I mean? Like, there's something up here. He hides from process server. You really think he's going into court? Oh, yeah, please. He's a nobody want to be a somebody, right? And he knows to do that by turning on Brittany. She's an easy target. And I mean, quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. She deserves it. But that is what's happening. Hey, Philip. You think all of a sudden this guy thinks you and B. Tim are funny and decent? Was that before or after he put your name in a fucking file and accused you of Rico?
Right.
One quick second. Sorry, guys. There was somebody in my driveway. Got a little freaked out, little on edge here. I'm sorry, little paranoia. But he knows there's a rift to be caused too. That's why he's comfortable coming over here and doing the shit he's doing. Yep.
Mom of 3, Grain of 2. Thank you for dropping 5 memberships. Who are you talking to?
1 second here. Granny, I have a question. One of BJ subs said Nick showed docs have everything thrown out of court. Is this even possible? I only ask because I don't know how this works. No. So we're going to get into that because I heard what Brittany said, and we'll get into that. Remind me in a little bit to answer that question. When Brittany said that there was an order not to show any court documents and therefore he broke it. Remind me to get on that because that is so fucking wrong. But this is also the same girl that said the judge threw out the slap because there was no merit to it, right? despite the fact that we won the slap. Okay, Nick,
You
that's
know
what he's
I-
in here doing.
What'd you say? Do I think he's over here being friends with me and beats him? You already fucking know better. Don't.
That's what he's doing.
that
Is what
over
I
here.
said. He thinks that he can come over here and cause a rift and cause all types of issues. He absolutely thinks that. That's what the fuck he's doing. I told y'all this dude got a fucking plan. Put a 1 in the chat if you know that's exactly what this motherfucker's doing. I left a message for you at the end of the video. Oh, I came in to get my buddy B Tim's response. Guy's a character. Oh, I'll talk to you later. That's exactly what the motherfucker's doing. I wasn't boring yesterday. And neither were any of you. Is it under your name? Because I really haven't opened up any emails. Don't you got my real shit? Why are you emailing? I don't think I got anything from you. Make sure you spell it incorrectly because somebody stole the correct way and they're stealing my emails. People say it. I'm not going to be gaslit by these master gaslighters, okay? I know what the fuck is up. I know what the fuck is up. Do you think some of us do with trying to say BJ is why they lost to say whatever following he has? Yes. I think he's going to try this whole like, well, we would have won, but because Brittany did X, Y, and Z, when none of that is true. No extra filings went into motion because of whatever Brittany was out here doing. As much as I would love to say, yep, everything Nick said is correct. Brittany's this, and this. No, that's not true. But I do believe that is one of their reasons. And I think they're going to use the attention they gain off of Brittany, off of going at Brittany, to give them attention. So when the fucking ruling comes down, they can then be like, well, no, guys, this is what happened. And, wow, all the excuses. All this shit ain't happening out of nowhere.
Well, he knows you. He's gonna set you the fuck off. He knows that. I mean,
yeah, of course he is. The dude flipped my life upside down for a year and fucking half.
Like you're right here at the very edge. You just, you know what I'm saying? You got to,
Exactly. That's Mrs. Bitch.
Calm heads, cool heads prevail.
That's take. You know what I'm saying? Just take a deep breath for a sec. You know what I'm saying? I know that. I don't want you to say something that, because you guys got stuff to take care of too. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Something about a message at the end of the.
That's true. He's wondering how bad is the hate for Brittany, and will that hate welcome him in? I wonder if Lesniak isn't going to quit her, say she breached contract, make her get an attorney herself. He can't.
Video.
Yeah, it's to Queen and beat him.
Will you apologize?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, even saying that about B-Tim, B-Tim's never fucking went after no goddamn kids. He's never went after no families like that. B-Tim has never done shit like that.
And
Ever.
he never would.
He
But the thing is, the dude just said it 2 days ago, right? So what made him apologize last night? Like, none of this shit is new. So what's making him apologize now? What's making him different now? What's making him better now? You know what I mean? Like, you'll see that in his dumb little video when he says, like, and I'm over here saying people said I do these things, but there I was doing it. Oh, you recognize that within a matter of 30 seconds? Man, the self-awareness from the private intelligence group is astounding. It wasn't even a legit apology. He didn't even know what he was apologizing for.
never would.
But you know who?
So I am glad he apologized for that. I really am, and I'm glad that he apologized about my kids. I mean, because that was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go down that route.
Those apologies are as legitimate as his private intelligence group.
And B-Tim would never hurt a family. He would never go after a missing child. So he would never go after the family of a missing child. He would never do anything like that.
Hey, Wei.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Granny. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, love. Now, I'm not going to interrupt your flow for very long. I deliberately came up to try to help clarify something that Lemon had said.
I don't even listen to him.
Well, I can see why it's causing confusion with people. Now, there are two parts to this. Way back whenever the FOIA issue happened between Jones and sharing it on to Sinner, etc. Sinner made a whole song and dance situation about basically alluding that it could have been Jonesin, it could have been Nick, it could have been Hong. He said
Okay.
all that at that time. Now, you choose to believe what you choose to believe. Until I see evidence, it's all words to me. So that's where I stand with that. We all see that there are games afoot. Now, if you take that little piece of information and then cut forward to this week, where we have Nick popping in to Lemon's chat. Coincidentally, if anybody doesn't know, one of Lemon's moderators, Rod, his current user handle is Rodney_54. His previous user handle was Rod at AUST71. He is Nick the Hat's moderator and has been since he did that whole little conversation with the other lawyer dude. So the fact that Nick ended up in Lemon's chat is not a coincidence. It is all very much by design. So on the 18th of January,
I'm lost too. I have no idea.
bear with me, there are like three little component parts. So we have, why did Nick end up in Sinners? I'm going to use the name. Why did Nick end up in Sinners? Nick ended up in Sinners because they share a link, and that would not just be Brittany, but this guy Rodney. Okay, so that's how that happened. Rodney is Nick the Hat's moderator. He is a constant fixture in Sinners chat. Then we skip forward to Nick actually appearing and all this situation going on with Brittany. And on the 18th of January, that's when Sinner goes off on his whole little story about how he could help with all of this. He could make phone calls and all of this stuff. So 18th of January, he makes two little sections that are useful. The first part is at 57 minutes in, he says, I promise I could have made that happen. There's some weird understanding that goofy men from Pennsylvania, we speak our own language here. I could have talked to the guy, but instead I got a conspiracy against me that I'm working with him. Oh, Sinners in Pennsylvania too. I saw all that. I saw you, dude. What's wrong with you people? And then he goes off on a whole spiel about himself. That's part one.
I don't know.
So bear with me. We're getting to the part where
But who just said all that? Sinner said all that, or who said all that?
Sinner.
Okay.
This is about Sinner offering to reach out and make the phone call to Brittany. The part
But
that
how?
you were about where Clue had said that she believed that.
But how relevant is any of that?
Well, how relevant is any of it indeed? Is it any of it going to have an effect on the
Right,
court?
exactly. That's what I mean.
No,
Like, even if,
no.
like, I don't even know why that's people's focus, to be honest. Like, who gives a fuck if Sinner and Nick hook up? They're one and the same.
True. I also believe the same thing. I think people are being misled, not by Clue.
Absolutely.
Let me be really clear. I think people are being misled by this little song and dance routine that they have going on, all for their own agendas.
Right. Look how their views all went up from it. You think all of a sudden Sinner's being talked about, Nick's being talked about, Brittany's being talked about, Nick's trashing Sinner, Sinner's trashing Nick, but then Sinner's trashing BJ, but then BJ's kissing Sinner. Right? I mean, all of it's a fucking game. They're chaos wreakers. That's what they do. They're fucking paid agitators. They're distractors.
Bingo. Bingo. And they're all out for their own selves. Not one of them is helping the other, but they're all playing this little charade of, I'm just here to help you. I'm here to help you out. You're my friend. I'll do anything for you. When really, we see that it's not that. The part that Clue heard, I think, I understand why she heard it, that it seems to imply that somehow Sinner has met Nick, etc. But I went back and I listened to it yesterday for myself again, because he sort of stutters an awful lot, the same way I pause a lot. We all have weird speech patterns. And it's something that he says where he said, like I said, man, I'm in Pennsylvania. This is at the 1 hour 28-minute mark. I'm in Pennsylvania. I've met these dudes before. Hung and Nick were on X every day talking crap. I know. Well, that's why it's irrational for him to have an opinion that she was saying too much, because he was saying too much. What they should have done is everybody should have shut the up. And that's why people are getting confused.
So when he
He,
said I met these guys, he meant I met them on X.
I think he was sort of trying to add a bit of swagger to himself, because he has also said before he's never spoken to these people. He says a whole lot of things that, just like Nick, I would take with a huge shovel full of salt. It's what you choose to believe. All I can tell you is the words that they have said. But I understand why people are hearing that and assuming that, oh, they must know each other. One part I can tell
I
you,
don't give a fuck if they do know each other. That's my whole thing. I don't give a fuck.
well, one thing they all have in common is not a single one between the three of them would know the truth if it ran over them.
Right. And I took it like he's saying, I'm in Pennsylvania. I met these guys. Like I know people like these guys. I'm in Pennsylvania. That's how I took it at first. But regardless, who would be shocked? Like, would anybody be surprised if Sinner reached out to Nick and had discussions? Or I mean, at one point, QB was a target of theirs. So I wouldn't be
Yes.
surprised by it.
Yep. And they are definitely the games that we had seen way back at the start of this case, which were going on hot and heavy, that there was a bit of a pause on, at least on the YouTube end of things. People, at least a lot of newer people, are seeing what they see now, and I think being a little bit bamboozled by it, when really it is just what it is. It's just a horse and pony show. Don't get distracted. They're just pulling a move. They're carnival salesmen. That's what they're doing. Making noise.
Hey, Wee, can you hear me?
Hello. Hey, Biddy.
Are you okay?
I'm all right, love. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. I thought I'd just jump up quickly because I'm confused about something.
I do that often. I confuse everybody when I'm trying to help. So go ahead.
I thought that there was a gag order now in place that you can't talk about the court case or anything to do with the court case.
Wait, I'm sorry, Patty. I just came back. I ran it. I stepped away
It's
for
okay.
a moment. What was that?
So I thought there was a gag order in place now where you can't talk about any of the documents or anything in the court case. Is
No.
that right?
No, that's
No.
not correct.
That's fine. That's all I was confused about.
Because I heard Brittany try saying that. Did Nick show any court documents last night?
No.
Not that I saw. So I
think
saw
Barbie
Brittany
keeps going
try to
over the
use
new
that.
filing.
Yeah. So Brittany tries saying like, oh, what are you doing, Nick? We're not supposed to show any. None of those are court documents, Brittany. None of those ever ended up on a docket or before a judge or in front of our faces at any time. They're not court dockets. What the court said is you're not allowed to record and discuss any of that. We're allowed to talk about the Rico, the court filings. I can read my briefs. I can read my attorney's motions all day long.
Right.
The court
okay.
only upheld what law was already standing, which is you can't record inside the courtroom. And,
Okay, that's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all it was. That's all I was wondering about.
Thank you. I was wondering why people were saying that.
I think barbecue's going up to whatever. It's barbecue.
Oh,
Later.
barbecue saying that?
No, barbecue she's going over the brief, I think, later. And I was just really confused. I thought no one could talk about it, but
oh no, I'm pretty sure
that's
she
the only
can
reason
do
I
it.
asked.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she can do that.
All right then. That's it. But thank you for letting me up.
Thank you.
See you later. Bye, Wee.
Bye, Pity. I'll make it quick too. I seem there's one particular person in the chat that seems to think I'm up here for distraction now. No, Granny literally played that section of that discussion earlier. That's what I was referring to. If you missed that, maybe that's why you're confused. That's what I was doing. That's it. That's all. You're welcome.
No, you were just explaining that whole tidbit about, oh, I know those guys or, whatever.
Yeah. He just is somebody I happen to know a little about, and that's why. That's it. There's nothing weird to it, honest. That's it. So
Yeah.
thanks very much, everybody.
But
Like
so
I said, just
basically,
be
wait, to
careful.
sum up what you said is basically that Nick and Sinner have a common moderator.
He is not Sinner's moderator. He is in Sinner's chat 99% of the time. He is Nick the Hat's moderator. And that's how they have some level of contact.
Oh.
Whatever that may be, because obviously I'm not party to that. I cannot confirm or deny. But that is where there is a common thread that is nothing to do with Brittany. That person. And that's where there's a link. That's why whenever Nick wanted somewhere else to rock up to, he rocked up to Sinners. That's where he went.
Well,
He
yeah,
knew what he was doing.
right. Of course he did.
Yep.
He knew exactly what he's doing. This all calculated.
And it's perfect whenever you think about it from the outside. If you want to play head games with Brittany, go to her best friend. Add in that little dose of weirdness. Try to get him on your side whenever there's a problem. That's what he's doing. It doesn't matter who picks him, who toes the line, who decides to join in. Whatever way, Nick is going to win in his mind. It's all games, old games. That's it. It's craziness. It's a whole lot of effort for a whole lot of nothing, in my opinion. But that's what they do. We've seen this repeatedly.
Yep.
And that's why it's easy to see this little bit for what it is. I just don't want people sort of thinking that there's maybe like some level 10 conspiracy and that somehow there's a whole lot more. There could be, but I have seen no evidence of that, and I have paid attention for a long time. But unless there's a piece of evidence, I'm reluctant to go 100% in, if that makes sense.
It's all a distraction. I think they're giving more weight than any of them deserve. That's what this is.
Yeah.
So look over here, give me attention. They've been seeking attention for fucking months. Nobody has fed it. Nobody's fed it. Nobody's fed it. And they found a new way.
Right? Who was calling for Nick? Nobody.
Right.
Nobody. So yeah, it's just, I think there's, as you said, distraction. I think there's another level of what's going on that we're not seeing. What that is, I'm sure we'll find out in time.
Yep.
Whatever that is. Good luck to them. Everything else they've done has turned up wonderfully for them. So good luck. Have a great time. Do all the things. We'll be here. But yeah, it's all crazy.
Crazy. So
yeah, if anybody is wanting a green team application form, don't ask me. Ask somebody else.
Well, we're like Spill T said, Rebecca, an intelligence agency with that many breaches. I mean, come on. How's anybody even believe in this?
Or even as multiple people have noticed, the way that they've all handled their business. Calling out Brittany for doing lives while he was saying a whole lot of things, him and Hong saying a whole lot of things on the Twitter. You got to wonder who's doing what. What is the level of, what is the standard Brittany was meant to adhere to? Where in that document of little receipts that Nick had, if you notice, whenever he even lists the streaming places that people can stream, although he says limited, especially but not limited to, YouTube is not listed as one of them. There's already wiggle room in that. Never mind taking out names out of things, dates out of things.
Who the fuck are they to send that paper anyway?
Right. It's a whole lot of craziness. A whole lot. So there you go. All I came up to tell you was the lemon part, because I think that part was missing. I understand why people don't listen. That's it.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you, Lee. Thank you.
Thank you, Granny. Love you. Bye.
Bye. That's the other thing. Nick claimed I got a C&D. I never got a C&D. A lot of what they said was just factually wrong. I want to judge could put a gag order on something. I understand the paperwork they had her sign or sent to her. Right, because none of it makes sense, right? Look at what was actually stated. None of it made any lick of sense. Give me just 1 second. I'll show you what I mean. First off, we're going to start this way, right? I hate to even advertise these people, but let's look at their live streams, okay? We got on the two Britneys, we got 3.4, we got 4.6. Before that, we got 564, 634, 1.1K, 705, 1.9, 1.3. This guy was not getting attention. Now, what does he have coming up? Oh, a conversation on justice with Norm Pattis, Amanda Gerber, and I guess Bruce Castor. And that's what he's using this for. He's using this to bring attention to his channel, point blank, period. Divorcing Jeff Bezos inside the story that tanked the National Enquirer. You said you guys sued him. The same people suing me sued Jeff Bezos, and they won, and he's the richest man. A conversation on justice with the same people, 634 views. Oh, this is fun. I like doing this. I get why you guys do this now. Yeah, I guess you do, because it's the most attention you've had in a very long time. Oh, not the anonymous. Oh, am I here? Am I not green? Is it me? Am I muted or is he muted? Don't tell me that this intelligence agency worth $1 million retainer that works for the elite and only the elite can't get their mic to work. He's muted. Okay, bless my heart, because I really was. I know I ain't tripping. This is the intelligence group, guys. Who wants to join the team? They run high operations that include Donald Trump. Matter of fact, they had satellites in orbit that weren't even in orbit. That's how powerful they are. He is confidently talking right now, too, and I love that.
Sorry, guys. As you guys know, I'm not the best at this stuff.
Oh, whoopsie-doo. I just am the master of AI. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. All right.
I don't come on YouTube that much. I'm Nick the Hat. I'm going to repeat myself because I was muted. I hope you guys like that little intro. I'm not trying to be funny, but I guess you can add some comedy to a situation like this. It's the 19th. It's Monday. I think we were live on Saturday.
This is what I mean. It's just weird. It's the 19th. It's like this guy thinks like he's going to be the next big thing. And everybody's feeding him because of their hate boner for Britney. It's wild to me. I'm sorry. It's fucking wild to me.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Fuck this. I don't even want to hear what he's saying.
She called on it on a live. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. So first, we're going to jump right into...
Unbelievable.
This. So on...
All right, let's start with this. Hey, Nick. This is Brittany from allegedly Brittany J. I just received an email from your mod offering your number. This is my personal cell. You are welcome to text or call anytime. Take notice of the date of that. Okay? Take notice of the date of that. And if you don't, here, I'll help you out. The date on that is 9/25/24. 9/25/24 at 10:40 a.m. Nick's just waking up, climbing out of bed. Hong's making the bed, and he's getting a shower. Now, the importance of this date, if you all don't recall, because I'll show you how receipts work, Nick. Welcome to YouTube drama. I'll show you how they work. Now, I don't know why this one never sent to me. So 1 second. Who remembers when Angela released the text messages of Britney? One's in the chat if you remember. Angela released the text messages of Britney. And what did those text messages show? They showed that on the date of September 20th, 3:56 p.m. I just had a long talk with Tony and Nick. Bet you Nick won't be going on Granny's panel now. He said he's going after her. He's hitting her first now because she's local. Remember that? No, Brittany was afraid. Brittany thought I was dog whistling for Nick to come on panel. So she ran and she called, I guess, Tony, who got her in touch with Nick. And, you know. And that's when I became on their radar. Certainly wasn't before that. The timeline proves it. Nick, you're wrong. You never sent me a cease and desist ever. I was never one of the people you sent them to. But thanks for the official timeline. So they mistaked Brittany Jackson for the chatter Brittany that said that SF showed up at their house. They thought that was Brittany Jackson, so they reached out to her because in their mind, Brittany's saying she reached out to Nick, and that's how they collided. That's the same live stream where Brittany said, I never spoke to Nick, and then 30 minutes later said, y'all, I had a long talk with Nick and Tony today. That's the official timeline now.
September 25th, 2024, I received a text message that reads, Hi, this is Brittany from Allegedly with Brittany. I received an email from your mod offering
because she's fucking insecure, and that has always been her issue, is envy with me.
Your number. This is my personal cell. You are welcome to call or text or call anytime. We're trying to find out which person would have gotten in contact. BJ, if you know, can you let me know? Because as we go on, you guys are going to see that we try to trace it back. We can't find. I don't have many moderators. I have a very small team of them. But yeah, the day we met, and let me make sure that we're not covering stuff with the watermarks. Sorry, guys. There you go.
He loved her comments that I'm taking a shower.
Told that, and then from there, I am told that SF apparently was harassing her. Now, this is pure speculation because obviously I'm not privy to this incident, so I'm not going to say it even remotely occurred.
This is the intelligence group that's going to find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. The same group that couldn't figure out that the chatter named Brittany with a solid B as an avatar was not Brittany Jackson. She said on her live that she was told when she tried to talk in the group, this wasn't about her YouTube drama. Well, it wasn't. That's where she mistaken it. But they should have recognized for Brittany, it was all about her YouTube drama because that's all she had on me, Nick, was YouTube drama and allegations. Did you even verify what she said? Did you even verify when she said that I looked right into the camera and said, you so badly want to be a victim, I'm going to make you a victim? Because not only did the timeline to react on that already expire, legal terms, but my camera wasn't on.
Let's say it's a fairy tale because I've never heard it until now that I was going back through this. At the bottom, you guys can see it was extracted 2 years ago. How much time? 2 years ago technically, but just a year and a half ago. The team located BJ because we were trying to find her info.
I just found something great too. I can't wait to show you all this. Stay tuned. We got a 2-speed.
Apparently, she had told everybody that she got in contact with us, and that was not the case. We had never heard of her. We were trying to locate that information, which we were unable to find.
She has told everybody she got in contact with us. Again, 2 different Britneys.
So from there, I was accused of sending Brittany to make the accusation against SF. And again, over here, you guys can see I'm laughing because I'm like, what am I missing? I have no idea who this person is at this point.
So here's the Brittany, guys. Does that background look familiar? It looks really nice in a screenshot. I'll tell you that. There's their proof that Brittany reached out. Yes, I emailed Nick and forwarded that to him. I also made a police report. Just because I'm a neighbor does not mean that I cannot have my own opinion on this case. I was actually really shocked. Now, what's interesting about this is me taking the screenshot from Brittany's chat. Because Brittany's the only scumbag that talks about true crime and then says that the people are making her chat rain and puts umbrellas. She also had to judge Nick on the fact that he was doing a fundraiser while talking about drama. Now, you have no room to speak on that, Brittany. At least he did a fundraiser, unlike you. Secondly, none of you should have ever mixed this drama with Sebastian's name. None of you. You're all wrong for that. But I did find it interesting that his fundraiser, it is last night's stream, his fundraiser was to combat sexual, what did it say exactly? Hold on. I commented on it because I found it interesting. The book Lasniak has the fact that Nick said he has the power to put you in the Me Too movement, the power to get you out. But yet his fundraiser was to stop sexual offenders. Why does a lot of shit with them revolve around sexual offenders? Thank you so much, Tia. So that is my chat, and you'll know that because of the 1.1K watching, something Brittany has never saw in or hasn't seen in a very long time. But this is Brittany's chat, hence why you see Tony Mathis right there. Reach out to me, please. Because they were willing to take a brand new account that was just made, that doesn't have a photo, a first and last name, or any identifying factors, and take them at face value. The issue is here, stay with me, the issue is here that they weren't intelligent enough to figure out that that was not Brittany Jackson commenting in Brittany Jackson's chat. I guess the different avatar didn't give it away. Maybe the different username didn't give it away. But for whatever reason, this company that is worth $1 million and only works for the elite could not figure out that they were not the same Brittany. And you know what's funny about it, Brittany? You still signed your name on that dotted line. You fucking idiot. Well, I did hear BJ say, I didn't go to Nick. I went to Tony. Well, then, BJ, that was just like going to Nick yourself because after that, y'all had contact. Always manipulating your lies. Yeah, You went to Tony knowing it would get you to Nick. You knew exactly what you were doing. And when you went to them, you said, hey, guys, there's this woman, Grady's watching. She's my big bad wolf for years, even though I poke, and poke. And I just need her to stop. And guess what? You live in her neighborhood. By the way, speaking of which, Brittany, you said something interesting. You said, because I respond to Granny? Because I respond to Granny? You said that like 4 times, trying to convince yourself and your audience. When litigation first started, I did not respond to you at all. Instead, I made a community post every single time you went at me. And I said, well, looky there. The woman that's so afraid she used a missing child's name to get into a courtroom is once again speaking about me. Ain't that some shit? And you can go back and you can see the many posts I made to highlight that I'm not speaking about you, but you're certainly speaking about me. The most important part here that you tend to forget, Brittany, because you're so enthralled in YouTube drama. The most important part here is you're the one that sought the court's protection, not me. I don't have to shut the fuck up about you. I'm not the one out here saying I'm terrified of you. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't shit. And I can't be a mother because of what you're doing to me. You wrote all that shit in papers. You should have shut your fucking mouth the minute you signed it. But as you told Nick, drama is essential to your channel, right? Hey, all of Brittany's subscribers that helped her raise over 10K, how do you feel knowing that she literally told the people that were supposed to help her in litigation that she wouldn't stop the drama because it is important to her income? But y'all paid her 10K to make it stop. Y'all gave her Christmas gifts because poor old her. Who the fuck is the one obsessed? Nick listed off at least 5 different fucking groups of people that told you to stop speaking on me, and you still couldn't resist the temptation. But I'm obsessed. I come to you today not as victim in chief, but as a mother.
As I tell them right here, I wouldn't even know her number. I'm sure I have it. It's not saved. I don't have time to play games with that clown. I'm sorry, SF. These are kind of, I didn't.
Yeah, there's this woman, GW, who broke girl code and told me 4 years ago she wants nothing to do with me because she sees right through me. Please make her stop. Please make her stop before the internet realizes what a lousy piece of shit I am.
I didn't want you to think I said something worse, but there's that. After there, this is us trying to figure out who she got in contact with, because it was alleged that it was me, but it wasn't. We didn't know where she had sent the email,
If you don't think that Nick and BJ are talking about each other, what do you think these streams are? Now, I get what you're saying, Lilypad. I do. I agree that there is a motive here. I know what the motive is because I'm not as dumb as people think I am. I'm actually very intuitive, and I can definitely see what's happening here. I just can't do nothing to stop it. That's it. That's all. Hey, Lindsay. So here we go. Everything's redacted. Half their shit's redacted because they're so fucking important. Well, she very well could be lying because she didn't reach out to the email. So where would she have reached out on? Whom? Good point. There are more chatters in this private intelligence group, and yet not one of them figured out that Brittany, the alleged neighbor, was not Brittany, not Black Jackson. Why does it say Agent Seth above the screenshot? Because I'm thinking that's their buddy Seth that held their suitcases going into court that day. I don't think that's about Seth Rogers, to be honest, but what would I know?
Moderator allegedly reached out. Again, we were trying to figure out what's this person's story, because at this point we had hundreds of people that were reaching out to us. This is the weirdest situation in my life. Never had something like this. Any of us, even Dog was saying this is we had the most volunteers, close to 900 when you add them all up. But
they had the most volunteers plus the 900 when you add them all up. It was the weirdest situation they've ever been through, because you're not a private intelligence group. You're not a licensed organization to interfere in a missing child's case and pretend that you are the main operation behind finding him. So why would anybody be shocked at the amount of help you received if this is something you do all the time.
It's scary to know that they
He's
were
another incel.
troublesome, a lot of them.
Oh, listen to that.
It's scary to know that they were troublesome, a lot of them.
It was scary to know that they were troublesome, a lot of them. It was scary to know that they were troublesome, a lot of them. So you mean to tell me, Nick, that the trouble was coming from inside your camp the whole time, yet you put that all on my shoulders? Interesting.
The first cease and desist that went out to parties involved in litigation, asking everybody to stop mentioning creators. And this went out to all of the litigants, including BJ. And this was...
It didn't go to all litigants. Certainly didn't go to me. Now, just saying, can you see if you have October's live stream? How about you, Nonsense? Do you have the live stream that they told Brittany to reserve in this? Because I know what live stream it is. But I would love nothing more than to play it for all of you to hear it yourselves. It is the live stream where she's agreeing with Josh that she's going to stay away from Nick and them, that they're nothing but trouble, that Tony is a snake salesman, and all the other things in between. That's the one they wanted her to keep, the one where she was trashing them.
Sent on October 14th. It's a secondary one, I believe, which... Sorry.
They could have wrote this up last night. Throw a few black boxes over it and pretend it's important. The fuck's any of this mean?
Is a temporary restriction.
Yeah, 900 volunteer searchers, but not a search going down. Facts. I don't, Jania. I don't trust them one bit. I just... How could they not, Body? How could they not? This is an intelligence group. And not only that, let's say in the beginning back then that these guys didn't realize it, the whole intelligence group, the elite, the world, around the world, attorneys, all of that. Let's say they didn't realize it then. The fact that we're a year and a half later and he confidently came out and showed again that they still don't know it. They still don't know it. All this time later, all the discussions with Brittany later, all the co-plaintiff bullshit, and you still didn't know it wasn't the right Brittany. You gotta laugh at the insanity. He confidently came out and said, yeah, Brittany said that SF went to her house. And you still got it fucking wrong.
That required cease all communications when it comes to...
They is him and hung under the alias of At Night.
Information about the case. We named everybody that had to adhere to it.
Look at this. All individuals engaged in litigation are hereby ordered to cease and desist any and all communications with outside parties without express written approval from At Night Private Intelligence Agency. Well, here's the one freebie I'll give you, Brittany. That company doesn't exist. This includes all forms of communication, whether verbal, written, or digital. Litigants in this case include... I'm dead ass asking you all. I don't give a fuck if you like Brittany or not, because we all know we don't. How many of you are going to allow this fucking company to tell you that you're not allowed to speak to anybody? You're not allowed to have communications with anybody outside of whatever parties they tell you can. And if you want to talk with anybody, you need their written permission. Am I in a Twilight Zone? Aren't they currently creative intelligence right now? Because he's the king of AI? All right, many of you are saying no fucking way, right? So imagine you received this way back when, and all the red flags were in your face, Brittany. But your hate for me was just too fucking much. Your insecurity has you doing things like this. Pretending that now me and Nick are getting married. That's how fucking insecure you are. You threw me into this litigation because you thought I was, in your words, I quote, dog whistling for Nick to come on panel. You're the one that got in bed with them and stayed in bed with them for a year and a half. Grow the fuck up. A meme of me and Nick getting married. You 40-year-old wasteful piece of shit. That's what you have to say about all this? I hope, you know what, Nick? I hope you get the Pyrex, the roaches, and the stale crackers in the motherfucking cabinet. Because I wouldn't touch shit that came from that bitch's house. You can have it all. Rats and all.
By this time, which it was only the 14th of October, you can see
So
that
back in October, the 14th of October, Brittany had all the signs that these guys were fake, but she still got in bed. We have identified several leaks and operational errors that are now affecting both internal and external activities. Somebody put this motherfucking shit through ChatGPT and tell me how accurate it is for something they wrote. Any continuation of unauthorized communications, including audio, text, or other forms, will be considered a breach of contract, and individuals responsible will face consequences in accordance with their agreements. We appreciate your strict adherence to these protocols as we work to ensure the security and integrity of our operations.
they already identified
Get her, Nick.
leaks. We have identified several leaks and operational errors that are now affecting both internal and external activities. Forms
Wait,
ordinance,
who is we? Did you ever find out who we was, Brittany?
believe after maybe 20, after 14 or so days, I believe after maybe 20
Yep.
after the initial meeting. From here,
nonsense.
an incident occurred, and Brittany
But the incident occurred, and it's all just a black box.
received a preservation demand due to a live stream. Brittany, this is an immediate demand on November 14th, 2024.
Hey, Brittany, while your own team is giving you a demand letter for preservation, did they ever serve you with the ones that came from our attorneys? That's where you're wrong, Lilypad. Respectfully, you're wrong. I remember when this first started, you called this. You said they were going to throw her under the bus, even warning her. Thank you, Penny Rose. Thank you, Penny Rose. Thank you for fucking remembering. Sure did. Sure fucking did. And she was confident and she was arrogant and she sat up on this high ass pedestal thinking she was going to throw me in jail for 20 years. This is an immediate demand for the preservation of all content related to your recent live stream conducted on November 13th into November 14th. Now, what's interesting is this came at 1:55 a.m. Preserve the video content and comments, and then gather up the total of all the super chats. 2 a.m. This was sent.
Or at 1:55 a.m.
Who was it sent from, though? Because it doesn't say.
Brittany, this is an immediate demand for the present November live video created comments, edits, compile a list of super chats. Please create a comprehensive list of all super chats received during the live stream, noting the username, amount contributed, and any messages related to those contributions. This
You still went along with them, Brittany? You still went along with them? You must be the dumbest alleged true crime creator I ever met that you still went along with this. Because blessed be, you really are just a dumb ass bitch. This is unbelievable. Failure to comply with this preservation order will be regarded as a serious breach of protocol. Direct any questions regarding this notice to Kia Wilson. You know what I'm most excited about when court ends? That they will have to unmask who all these people are. Now, I know that they used the name, and I just chatted it to make sure, of a woman that is pretty much known. But they spell it different. They spell this one with an I instead of an E. I would love to know. Maybe you do, Body. Who the fuck is Kia Wilson?
This list must be accurate and complete. It is essential to the integrity of our records. No alterations. Do not make any changes to the content or
records.
considered a violation. Already got this. It's on the team. Another one had come up
None of this even looks real to me. I hate even giving you that, Brittany.
here.
Well, like, what is this?
On the 11th of March, 2025. This is requesting a permanent silence on as far as mentioning and defaming creators as a whole.
Now, you know why they did this? Is this around the same time that they filed in first gag order? January, February, March, April. Yes, it is. Why, yes, it is. This is around the same time that they were collecting their weak ass evidence by poking everybody to try to go in for a gag order. And that is why they were telling her to shut up.
Because it was becoming a problem where we were noticing that perhaps individuals were targeting others. So at this point, it said.
So you noticed that Brittany was targeting me? You notice your own plaintiff kept it going? I'm going to go back to what I said before, what I said on Queens. I'll finish playing that because I stand by everything I said there. As tired as I was, the truth came out.
That if you host a show, and by show, I don't think they meant what's going on. I think they believed like a grisly true crime type of show that can continue. Streams like that.
Imagine an intelligence agency telling you that you can't operate your channel how you want to. See, you motherfuckers may have been able to control those little dummies over there, those little desperate for a pat on the head, and you're a good girl, you're a victim, bone thrown their way. Thank you. Please do, Body. Have a good meeting. But for those of us with common sense that doesn't need your validation and doesn't need the internet's validation, we would have never, none of this would have flown with us. But that's why we fought back, right? Oh, what date did Hung say that I pay my attorney and blowjobs? Great question, Mr. Tomato Head. I will find out. Could they have taken BJ out the filing? They sure could have, Hannah, at any point, and BJ could have taken herself out to an certain, not any point, to a certain point. Yes. Yes, very much.
True crime coverage, like Betty, she was able to continue. No problem.
Betty, who was over there saying that I'm a danger to kids, I had abortions, I'm a needle addict, was doing true crime. Interesting. But it was free.
Anybody else that was streaming, no problems. It was just very specific and catered to the situation that was causing such, I mean, immense stress is an understatement. Nevertheless, prohibited, refrain completely from engaging on all other platforms, including but not limited to. And hold on, I think that one jumped. Well, it caught. Let's see. Facebook.
So they got this, right? You can still do your shows on YouTube, but you have to stop on Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, any non-work related or non-streaming platforms. This directive is non-negotiable and applies to everyone involved in litigation. Absolute and permanent silence on creators. From this point forward, under no circumstances should any individual mention, discuss, but how come it was okay that Hong was doing it?
X, Instagram, TikTok, any non-work related or non-streaming platforms. This directive is non-negotiable and applies to everyone involved in litigation. From this point forward,
this is so professional. I almost fell over. Under no circumstances should any individual mention, discuss, or reference any creator, past, present, or future. Not one, none, zero, nada.
Under no circumstance, one, none, zero, nada. This includes defendants, plaintiffs, or potential future defendants, any named or unnamed disruptors, Mrs. Daisy, or any other individuals tied to the case.
So who's Mrs. Daisy? That farm lady? Right. Did the Ease and Justin get this too? Didn't stop hunger, BHB. What you guys are laughing. This group's worth $1 million for their services. You don't find this funny, do you? This is a permanent directive. At night is attempting to secure a court-ordered gag order barring anyone, especially plaintiffs and defendants, from discussing this case in any capacity. Any violation of this directive will be considered direct interference with ongoing legal strategy and will be addressed accordingly. So your strategy was to take away our freedom of speech, and when it failed, your strategy was to try again to take away our freedom of speech? What? It didn't work.
Do not
Anybody's
utter their
curious.
names. Do not acknowledge their existence. Not in passing. Not in jokes. Not at all. This is a permanent directive. At night is attempting to
Okay.
from this, and this is very early on in the matter, obviously, but it continued.
It actually wasn't. It was well after we filed our slaps, and you guys still did not respond at all to your litigation at that point. If you guys want, I can pull up the docket and remind you all. At this point, we secured our slap hearing. It was on the docket. Everything was ready to go. Everything was ready to blow. They were sending out emails like this, but they weren't even responding to the motions on the dockets.
So over here,
And then silence, not a request. It is mandatory. Well, next step, stand by for verifications. An emergency file is being logged tomorrow. You'll receive verification documents for signature after review. Stand by for further instructions. She didn't follow your mandatory directives. So y'all just let her go for another year? Okay.
they mention silence, not a request. It's mandatory because they wanted, when they say silence, I mean
They.
stop harassing. And
Why do you have it covered, prepared by and approved by? Why is that covered? Show us who said it.
egging that anybody on. Don't bully if you're getting and egging that anybody on. Don't bully if you're getting if you're accusing somebody of bullying.
So you're admitting now, Nick, that Brittany was my bully? Do I have this correct? Listen to that again. Does it sound like what I think it sounds like, guys?
Don't bully if you're getting if you're accusing somebody of bullying. Don't go after people if you're accusing people of going after people. That's something that's common sense.
That is so much common sense that I said the same fucking thing from the beginning. How are you going to go into a courtroom, say you're so afraid of me, but continue to speak on me every goddamn day? Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard me say that. From the moment I was served and I logged on to see Brittany all over the internet bragging about this litigation, running her fucking mouth about me, I said, why would you go to a court and say you're so afraid but continue to speak on me? And you all knew it too, Nick. This is the most yo-yo situation I've ever been in. Because part of me is relieved and I feel, in the words of Brittany, vindicated. But the other part of me is like, so you knew all of this. Hence why you offered me several outs. But yet you kept me in. At any point, they could have withdrawn this from me and carried on however they were. For no goddamn good reason other than your own satisfaction did you throw me in this litigation. I don't know, Stitchin.
We'll continue. March 17th. Blank are advised to refrain from using social media. The tip line will remain fully operational and staff.
Plaintiffs are advised to refrain from using social media tonight. All of this is blackened out. The tip line will remain fully operational, staffed as usual. So I got a question for you, Nick. Were these plaintiffs or were they employees? I'm telling you, I swear to God, no Pinocchio. I know. We all know who the Scrivener is. I agree. Matter of fact, it wasn't until we all pointed out that he didn't say Sebastian's name not one time that he finally said Sebastian's name.
As usual. However, all other operations will suspend from 11:59 p.m. on March 17th until that time tomorrow.
So they were all to stay off the internet during that time frame.
The litigants are strictly prohibited from discussing the case, named or unnamed defendants, or any creators in general. This is non-negotiable. If anyone is found engaging in online disputes regarding the case, we will address the matter privately and reconsider their participation. This is not a request.
You should have taken that as your chance to run, hop, and skip, heifer. You should have moved on out of it. Now look at you. Now look at you. This is probably the most powerful he felt NFT. He got a bunch of idiots to agree that he is the master and they shall bow. One thing you forgot is that she's our cow, Nick. Yeah, Granny was not prohibited. None of this has anything to do with me. None of it.
It is a final demand. Next. This email serves.
No. We will address the matter privately and reconsider. This not a request is a final demand directed at the few who continue to discuss the case despite prior instructions.
This is not a request. It is a final demand. Next. This email serves as a final warning for any.
How many final warnings have you given her? And you never did anything about it. This email serves as a final warning. For any essential inquiries, please contact blank, probably Nick. Do not overwhelm her with non-urgent matters. Oh, okay, probably Nick's alter ego. These restrictions, insofar as contacted for non-essential matters, remains in place until after blank, due to travel related to blank, a blank from overseas will be in New York City for one night to blank to explore possible assistance. We are on standby until his arrival and departure from the United States. Am I going nuts? Because I know many times throughout all of this, I have truly felt gaslit. I have questioned myself. I have questioned my reality. I've questioned every single bit of everything. And then you see shit like this, and you have to ask yourself, are we? No, you know what? I go back to what that lovely attorney said to me in the beginning. Although I cannot take your case, I am entirely too busy. I'm tied up. I looked at my calendar. I wish I could. But if there's one thing I want you to walk away with is please remember, you're not crazy. They are. And honest to God, this is insanity. We are on standby until his arrival and departure from the United States. Was this your Donald Trump? Remember they were coming? I can't. Oh, by the way, if anybody sees Cindy Lou, please welcome them with open arms. I gotta show you guys something. Do you guys want to take a short pit stop, or put a 1 in the chat if you're down for a pit stop? Put a 2 for let's go along with the delusions of this fucking fuckery in front of us. Because Lord, I just listen. We're not crazy. They are. I'm telling you, we're not fucking crazy. They are. Pit stops. Everybody wants some pit stops. Yeah, we need to hop off the crazy train for a minute. Gather us back down at ground control. Major Tom is playing in my head. I got 2 pit stops first, actually. Check out this one. This is from, Rackin. Wow. This is BJ's chat on the 20th before it started. Even her own chat is worried for her. I've been saving her streams and chats. You can show this if you want. I text this to you as well, but in an event you do share, I wanted to save you an extra step. Checkmate, Lisa. Checkmate, Cynthia. I hope everyone knows what's happening here. All these people who signed can be required to pay like 6 times to each if the slap goes through. Checkmate. And also, they said that Bruce Castor didn't even file on this case, yet his name was on there. I hope she does too. Things are getting real now. Cynthia says, checkmate. I was shocked to find out about Castor. I'm very confused after hearing the news today. Checkmate says, I wish the best to BJ, but it isn't looking good. None of these names are even there anymore, but this is interesting. I don't know. I've never done this type of weirdo stalking shit, so I don't know. Here's Mischief. Please don't discuss the lawsuit in the chat. This is too funny. Please protect Britt from these trolls. Please protect her, says Schmoody. I don't know why that was interesting to me because I didn't know I had it. That's why it was interesting. All right. Hold on. I got it coming. I got it coming. I can't wait to show you all. Give me 1 second. I see a lot of you are questioning about Agent Seth. Yes, I do not believe that was that Seth. I got to put this on my members only just for a moment because I can't get it to email to myself. But we can pull it up this way. Check this out. Who wants a good laugh? Not that any of this is fucking funny. But look at this. Looky here. Look who was watching us yesterday. So, Julia Valente, chief victim, meow, says, so my ex's new girlfriend is running her mouth on me in a creator's chat. This is the same woman that he cheated on his wife with before they got divorced and before he met me. Oh, and she was married too. Okay, maybe it was true love, you fucking sociopath. You still got him. You still went with him. Anyway, don't worry, Cindy. You want to play this game? Not only will I make sure Jennifer knows all about the affair, but I will ensure you're both on the protective order now. I don't respond well to defamation and libel. I warned you both to shut up. Now, Julie, if there's one thing you should have learned in this past year, Toots, is that you don't get to strong arm people into silence because you don't like what they say. Okay? Cindy Lulu, I would love for you to email me if you hear this. I have to say, I do agree it was an upgrade. She's now going to add her to the protective order because how dare you comment in a public chat about me? First off, stop threatening my fucking chatters. Let's start with that. Anybody can take a look at your litigation, the fact that you thought you could sue on behalf of your mother and recognize there's nothing to fear. You're certainly not getting a protective order because somebody commented, so BJ knew the real Julie then? She's always been the most insecure. That's why she ran to do what she did. I mean, that's just nuts. And Cindy Lulu is a very pretty woman. Stop stalking my chats, Julie. Now, let me see if I can pull this up. That is nuts. That is nuts. I'm going to get a restraining order on you. All right. Let me see if I have this. So I was looking, I came across something very interesting. And we just need a little, palate cleanser, if you will. She was in BJ's a lot. Where is, I need my moderator tattoos. If one of my other mods have her link, can you send it to me? She made a video I would love to show everybody. And for some reason, when I type her name in, it's not coming up. I'm looking for her on my thing over here. Where are you? Gosh dang it, I can't even find you anywhere. Oh, thank you so much. You got it. Thank you, Copa. I was trying to remember the dang numbers. Okay. So look at what she uploaded. that I just came across, and it really just chef's kiss.
Thank you, Brittany. I appreciate you saying that. Sometimes it's not about who it is. It's seeing things from both sides. I'll
Now, this was Betty.
come up shortly, finishing a few things. Yes, absolutely. I get so tired of that. Because if you can't put your differences to the side and actually see things for what they are, then you're going to be okay with any old thing. And do you want people making you shut up just because they don't like what you say? You want somebody to get a protection order against you merely because they don't like what you say?
Remember when Brittany was trying to pretend to be normal? Huh? Remember when Brittany was trying to pretend to be professional and she made comments like this? Do you want somebody to get a protective order on you merely because you don't like what they say? Huh? How'd that age for you?
Whether you agree that Betty goes to Tennessee or not,
Hey, Christina. Meow.
it's her right. As long as she's not going on people's private property, she has a right to be on the street, the public street in Tennessee. I mean, it's that, whether you agree with it or not.
So we have a right to be on the public streets in North Carolina, whether you agree with it or not.
That's just how it is. Like I know, like I said, it's not going to be popular, but if I cared a shit about popularity, I'd be groveling at all of those freaking people in the, you know what I mean? Like,
You did grovel at our feet. You did. We didn't accept you. Who remembers when Nick first came along and said, you YouTubers, blah, 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 blah. And I said, as YouTubers, whether we like each other or not, we should stand strong and not let these motherfuckers come in here and insult us the way they did. And Brittany was all like, yeah, I'm in it. And I was like, no, bitch, not you. I remember.
obviously, I don't care. Thank you, Brittany. I
One more
appreciate you
time.
saying that. Sometimes it's not about who it is. It's seeing things from both sides. I'll come up shortly, finishing a few things. Yes, absolutely. I get so tired of that. Because if you can't put your differences to the side and actually see things for what they are, then you're going to be okay with any old thing. And do you want people making you shut up just because they don't like what you say? You want somebody to get a protection order against you merely because they don't like what you say?
You fucking idiot. Okay, sorry. Back to this. Because Nick says one part here that I found very interesting. The rest, it was mediocre.
Inquiries, contact, blank travel, but was direct.
Somebody said last night that Nick sounds like he's afraid to open his mouth. And I agree. I think that we really hurt his feelings talking about his Temu teeth. So we can refrain from doing that in the future. I hate to think that anybody's feeling insecure. So let's not make fun of his oversized teeth anymore, please. Thank you.
Did BJ remember?
Let me be unequivocally clear. There will be no discussion, reaction, or mention of any creators from this moment forward until the investigation into the whereabouts of Sebastian Rogers concludes. If there was any ambiguity before, consider it erased. I will be personally monitoring the live streams. I would have said suck my dick. But that's the difference between you and I, Brittany. You're a sheep. Bah. Look what your farmer did to you. He's now out here fucking pulling out the cartons, making milk too. How'd it pan out for you? You little bobblehead.
To her because she wanted to know who's on and off limits. Everybody is off limits, they said. The response was, let me be unequivocally clear. There will be no discussion, reaction, or mention of any creators from this moment forward until the investigation into the whereabouts of Sebastian Rogers concludes. So I guess at that point,
He's saying it like he didn't write the shit.
I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a 23-hour a day since.
Imagine if I said, black sheep. You know what Craig would say? We're not a black sheep. We're professional white sheep.
September 1st, if not August 31st or 30th effort. Over here, they kind of reiterate any deviation from this directive, whether a panelist, a litigant, or anyone within operational purview will be met with zero tolerance, no warnings. For those inquiring about who is on or off the table, the answer.
No, you said no second chances, nothing, but you kept her in there. You kept her going. This is not a battleground for creators to engage in petty disputes. You motherfucker, did you not read their declarations? Such conduct jeopardizes the integrity of the injunction. The injunction never had integrity. The words don't even belong together. Escalates tensions and risks activating external networks that have no place in this operation. Huh? We are not here to entertain distractions or theatrics. This is Mr. Fisher's domain. Our sole focus remains the successful location recovery of Sebastian. Then he's like, look, see? We mentioned Seth and Tony right there. See?
That have notes. Sorry again. That is somebody else's domain. Our soul into the stand is mixing this child's name with stuff like this. But
wait, what?
Cannot stand is mixing this child's name with stuff like this.
Cannot stand mixing this child's name with stuff like this. Really? Really? Did you ever read her declarations, Nick? Or did you just put them in the file? You went around inviting creators like it was a concert. Do you know that all of this is petty drama? All of this is nonsense? All of this is bullshit you use to intertwine Sebastian's case with drama? You think that we all forgot? You think that we all forget? What did you think any of this was other than petty drama? Especially when she couldn't back anything up with it. Facts, Emily. And so the house caves in.
But yeah, I mean, yeah. Furthermore, we must account for the interests of Mr. Rogers and Mr. Mathis. Those are the key. You know, it's crazy how these communities, or so-called communities, some of them, others are beautiful, some are the slums. Sorry, I guess we ended up a little bit in the slums, but we are.
Sorry, you guess you ended up a little bit in the slums? You literally brought Shrek and Fiona and Donkey here. What do you mean? You literally made it the slums.
Good. Everything is good. And our mission continues. But again, this line right here is kind of powerful. Furthermore, we must account for the interest of Mr. Rogers and Mr. Mathis, both of whom are subjected to relentless scrutiny and backlash across social media. Their safety, both physical and reputational, remains a priority, and we won't allow external noise. That being, this wasn't direct.
You know what? I think tomorrow we should do a reminder on the beginning of Sebastian's case, who and what Seth Rogers is, when his spokesman came along, and how everything got to where it is today. I think we should do all that. I think we should remember who the swamps are.
Toward outside people. This was being directed toward people that
you are expected to amplify Sebastian's name, raise awareness, but do so with precision and intent. This is about him, not the distractions that orbit his case.
I guess a person, since nobody else has ever and would ever call on us to release stuff that we all received, except Brittany, because I guess she doesn't wake up till 5 o'clock in the morning.
The no chatter policy regarding creators is absolute and remains in force until litigation concludes. This is not open for discussion. It is a directive enforced without exception for the integrity of this operation and safety of all involved.
Sorry for screaming, guys. I gotta have my camera on when I do that. Otherwise,
you know what's amazing? That it's been a year and a half and nothing has happened to any of you, Nick. Nothing.
For one person, and that's what you're trying to direct it to. There's only one, and you wanted us to read these to you because I guess you don't go to your email or you wanted content. But here, I hope you're stream sniping it. I'm not going to strike anybody that does that. You guys can all have this. I hope this is a tutorial on how to stay away from drama.
Let that sink in. This man is telling you all that this is a tutorial of how to stay away from drama while literally doing drama, while pretending that he's not the scrivener of every email he showed, every stupid redaction he made, and the reason that this entire case was flipped upside down. That's when they were trying for another gag order, Sammy. That was all part of the facade. All of this has been nothing more than a goddamn game at the expense of not just Sebastian and the awareness for him, but the expense of myself and barbecue, and quite frankly, this entire community.
Sure that the sound has not cut. Okay. No, okay, I'm good. Wow, that's first. Stay away from.
And make sure this is real. Hello?
It's real.
Okay, scared me for a minute.
I mean, I figured you need a tomato for that omelet that you're making. You know?
Do you put tomatoes on your omelet?
Well, I don't eat eggs, so
that's right. Yeah, I get it. I like cheese and broccoli.
You know, they say like dissecting a joke is like dissecting a frog. You can do it, but then the frog is dead.
That's actually good. I never heard anybody say that, but I like that.
It's a famous saying. It's a pretty famous one. I forgot who said it, but someone said it.
Now, do you think Brittany looks better as a scrambled egg, a regular egg, or do you prefer fried?
I mean, I think the one thing I will say is her feet look the best I've ever seen ever.
I said that too. She should thank me for that.
Oh, those feet look the most the best feet I've ever seen.
I actually agree with that. What do you think about where Nick just said right here? Take this as a example of how not to do drama.
I think this entire stream was a drama stream.
Yeah, like there was a lot of delusion going on there, if you ask me.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it was E.B. White that said it.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
Fried for the arms, fried.
Fried for the arms. But yeah, I think like he's just a tired drama stream. It's like literally, I mean, it's not something I would probably have done if I'm in the middle of litigation, but it just shows you like she's the bag holder.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was plans for litigation against her from the co-plaintiffs, to be honest with you.
I was thinking that, but the only issues they have, right, is that Lesniak is their lawyer and he won't have reach to her in North Carolina unless she signs something giving them jurisdiction of her.
That's a possibility. It doesn't stop someone from still filing a case in their home state, really.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, they could just file a case in their home state against her and she'd be just dumb enough not to answer, thinking that will save her. She'll be fine. And then they get jurisdiction on her.
Right.
Because you know what happens when you don't answer a lawsuit, even if it's bullshit.
Well, that's what they told her about mine. You know, you should take this serious and answer it, but we're not going to help you.
Well, I mean, they probably said, well, look at this fucking idiot sending a cease and desist to this lady. What are you doing, dummy?
Right. You're already in active litigation. A judge already concluded that you don't have standing on these allegations. That's what they wrote to her. They blackened most of it out, but you can get the context clue of it.
Yeah, like even if magically they don't have to pay bills on the Rico, they still lost. Right. Everything they tried was done for. Like at the end of the day, they failed in what they have accomplished. Their accomplishment was they were trying to silence you and try to destroy your channel, and that was done for. And
it also seems that they're now trying to lay the ground that Brittany's the reason, all of this failed because she didn't do this and she didn't do that. I heard him say, the one hearing was all about blah, blah, blah. But none of that's even true.
Well, I figured that they were going to throw her under the bus and watch. I'm going to kind of I'm a little hoping that Betty starts reviewing her and be like, this is the reason we lost. And she starts reviewing Brittany. And Betty starts getting really focused on her. She should be arrested for federal crimes. Just gets pissed off at her for some reason, saying that like some crazy woman. But yeah, I don't know. I think Brittany J's. The funny thing was when she said the judge said we weren't supposed to talk about court papers. I'm like, yeah, but too bad you don't have a lawyer that represents you.
And not only that, but he didn't show any court papers.
I know.
She just was trying to distract people, and it's funny to see her chat now, badmouthing Nick and everything. When no, he was a professional intelligence agent, and take down the Rico.
It's funny, how eventually they see things our point of view. Everyone that eventually leaves Brittany said, "Man, she's a fucking horrible person.
Yep,
and her house is nasty."
That's the truth.
Everyone does that eventually. They just say this lady is terrible.
It is unbelievable. I like the one particular part that really stood out to me, obviously, was the part where he says, several of us spoke to you and asked you to stop talking about Granny, including your own mods, the lawyers, me at night, Dog the Bounty Hunter and his team. And yet she claims I'm the one obsessed.
Yeah. You know what the crazy thing is that she was so obsessed with you, she didn't see the potential opportunities she had. Imagine if she was able to get a lawyer on her live stream to talk about a true crime case that was associated with Nick or the dog lady or even Dog the Bounty Hunter and just focused on that. Her channel would fucking blow up. That's the crazy thing. She was so obsessed with you, she threw away opportunities. Even Nick would he threw that. Oh, I had a never seen before footage of laundry or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, she threw away real opportunities to go after you. And that's the stupid thing.
Pathetically. And then admitted to them that drama is a huge part of her channel and her income, and she needs it.
Yeah, and you know what? Her sub should pay attention to that because she's acknowledging that she does the back and forth for money. this whole thing where she pretends that she's a victim and everything, it's just for money, man.
I agree.
It's all for money because she knows she doesn't get any donos for a true crime case.
Yep.
But she gets them for a cry stream.
Yep. And she barely gets any views otherwise, too. And that's something I pointed out with Nick as well. He wasn't getting any views.
Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing is that if Nick never did the fucking bullshit litigation and they just focused on, like, you know, not doing that, things would be way better. You know,
Yep.
he probably, if he would have just had like a conversation with you or barbecue on a panel, didn't do bullshit litigation and just kept it onto a discussion. Now, one, his channel would be growing. Number two, we would never be wasting tens of thousands of dollars on BS litigation. And number three, the whole case wouldn't have been this bad. Where there's a bunch of people, you know what I mean? You would have had at least an open discussion with both sides, and you would have like a little bit of a debate. But because these people did that, they messed up the whole situation. It's like this is what happens when they destroyed, all these things. And I don't know. I mean, I think Brittany's
and now he's trying to act like none of it happened. But I got to step away for 1 second. Do you mind?
Sure.
I'll be quick. Thank you.
You see, exactly right. Including standing near their house as long as it's not private property. Yeah, it's crazy. But that was his only big publicly angle. It didn't matter whether any of the was valid or not. You know what? I think you're right, but I also think that was a bad move because he got a lot of attention early on, but then it faded away because a lot of people just they don't agree with the motions and stuff like that, and the people that do. Eventually they see what happens and they fucking leave and they say, wow, this is some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Let's be real. The chats that Queen and everyone was having was like 1,000 people, 800 people. What happened? It doubled. Where did that number come from? You know what I mean? I just think it was just a very silly move, this whole injunction. It was a waste of money, a waste of time. But the only good thing about this is, hopefully new legislation comes into effect in Pennsylvania and an actual true case of, an anti-Slapp being successful. And, someone else doesn't have to deal with the amount of bullshit that Queen and Barbecue is dealing with. That's the only highlight I can think of with all the money being spent and all the BS. And if people think like, oh, well, Granny and Barbecue is going to get the judgment and win, and they're going to get their money back. And what's going to happen to that money? Listen, it's going to take a while to even get some of the money back. I don't know. You people don't realize, like, these people are probably going to start like running, hiding, and like dodging their fucking money. I'm pretty sure that the whole situation with Brittany is probably going to have to put some sort of lien on her channel and on any sort of income she ever makes. So. Yeah, like that's the same thing they said about Queen. Like, what is she gonna do? It's like, your guys are counting the chickens before they, they hatch. I think that's the saying. You can win a judgment, but you still got to collect it, and that takes a while. So
that's what I keep saying. Like, this doesn't end when the ruling comes down. Like, some people seem to think like you're going to walk out of court that day with, a ton of money. And I'm like, I wish.
Yeah, I think it's because a lot of these people don't understand litigation and how it, like, probably the next step is once you win is to see, like, to maybe do depositions or maybe try to find out what their assets are.
Right.
And go after whoever you want to go after for the assets, Obviously, probably not Nick and Hong, but probably it's going to be Tony and, Dog and whoever, people, or Brittany, people that have assets. Like, she has a monetized channel, so you'd probably go after her, and then you go after whatever, and you just do it that way, Personally, me, if I was in your shoes, I would probably focus on Tony, but that's just my personal opinion, but whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You
this one.
You go ahead. No, you go.
I was just going to show really quick because I was sent what it is that that they told Brittany to make sure she doesn't delete, and they sent her the preservation letter on. And it is very interesting. It's very interesting because this is right before she officially got in bed with them.
Chat, and Megan said that there was a freaking account, AWBJ, in Nick's chat. So I'm going to I say all that to tell you guys that was not me. So we have a clone.
I say all that to tell you guys that I wasn't doing it that time. But look at September 7th. What's going on in this one?
100%.
I just, I mean, I don't understand that. And why is that Nick guy coming in after 6 months thinking that he's going to be the hero? Well, cheapskate, I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm sorry, Nick, but I do believe it's about clicks and views. I do believe it's about getting a name for yourself.
Well, I'll be darned.
Ain't that something?
So I mean, so she prayed like. Did Nick think that she was the BJ that was being doxxed or something? And
he thought that they thought, despite being an intelligence group, that the Brittany that was going around chats claiming to be a neighbor of the Proudfoots was Brittany Jackson.
And she just played. You think she just played into that?
No, I honestly I don't. I don't know. I don't know how even a year later they still hadn't figured that part out. That it wasn't her, but I think that that's what opened the door. But I think Brittany was reaching out to Nick anyway, because in that one live stream she said, I haven't spoke to Nick yet, but and then 30 minutes later she said, yeah, I spoke to Nick today, because she said that I was dog whistling to get him on my panel. And then she ran back to her mods and said, Nick won't be going on Granny's panel now. Ha ha ha. I just got off the phone with Tony and Nick.
Yeah, which is that's kind of the crazy thing, because like, if you truly believed in getting the information out and you believe you wanted to spread awareness for this kid and you thought the other side was wrong in some things, you jump on their panel, to do some sort of correction or something like that, or have a conversation. You know what I mean?
Right.
That would just make sense to me. But instead she just wanted to really monopolize Sebastian Rogers' case for herself so she can make a bunch of money.
She thought, if I get in bed with these guys that are in bed with Seth, I'll get all the upper hand, because Brittany was also calling out Seth and Tony. It wasn't until I was deemed, the anti-Seth channel, that she started defending the man.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people were, because he was doing what he was doing the most to kind of send pressure and a lot of hate towards his ex based upon really no real information.
Right.
Like I get it, like if there was like real information that pointed to their guilt, but there was none. You know what I mean? Like,
yep. Hey, Tia, that was September 20th, Lindsay Hendricks. The day she didn't speak to Nick, but then spoke to Nick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, B. Tim, how are you?
Well, being 78 years old, you got to make sure you watch your health. And
arthritis is bad today, huh?
The arthritis is really bad, and
it's the snow that's coming. He can feel it in his bones.
I know.
Before it gets here, yeah.
My right leg, I know it's gonna rain if it starts hurting. My left leg, I know it's gonna snow if it starts hurting. So that's the key.
You're your own meteorologist. That's amazing.
I know. I mean, it helps out. It helps out a lot.
One of the perks of getting elderly.
Exactly.
So far, the only I can figure out. I have a question, and it's just because I haven't kept the dates in line. So I'm just trying to understand in my head, because it's not making sense to me. When was this filed, and when did Brittany sign?
So Brittany signs. It was filed October 7th. I wasn't served until November something, almost 30 days later. Brittany signed at the end of September. I think all their signatures were like September 5th, 25th or something. It was a very quick,
she was on board way before. Okay. That makes sense.
So up until in the beginning of September, Brittany was trashing Nick. She was trashing Tony. She was trashing them. That what we just heard, they just want clicks and views, blah, blah, blah. That's the same time where I said, as creators, we should all stand together. Like these motherfuckers coming in here trying to insult all of us. And Brittany's like, yeah, whatever. And then by September 20th, she's on the phone with Nick and Tony. And suddenly I'm now their target, and I'm local to Nick. So he's going after me first.
Right.
Up until those dates, I was not on any papers. I didn't get a cease and desist. None of that. That's why I say it's Brittany. I don't care who he calls the chief victim. It's fucking Brittany.
Oh, it is Brittany. And I mean,
Julia emailed me.
That's where, I was getting tangled up with that too.
Yeah.
So, oh my God.
Yep. Pretty crazy, isn't it?
It really, I think in a linear timeline is how I try to keep things together. And I was getting screwed up with some of the dates. So then but Tony comes on her panel and starts hanging out. Didn't they talk about things in the Rico when Tony was on there? Like, why didn't Tony get reprimanded? I have a lot of questions. That just last night when I watched you on Queens, I 100% felt for you and with you, because I was like,
have a heart attack.
I was like, oh my God. Like, I giggled at one point because I was like, oh, she's so much calmer than I would be.
I tried to really ground myself because it wasn't my panel for one, but it was like,
but you did really well.
It was like a deer in headlights. Like, did I just see that? Really?
You did really, really well, because I would have motherfuckered everybody in the room. I'm not even kidding. Like, I would start spinning and everybody would. So I was impressed. I was really impressed. But I'll hop down. I'm trying to keep the dates in my head because I think this is really, really interesting. And I think it's really amateur on a very public, real stage here. And it's just, I've been running a couple things through Chat GPT, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And if you need help with that, let me know, because I'll be happy to run some stuff for you.
So
I feel like most of what they've written is ChatGPT.
It is 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Him reading the other night was reading off of ChatGPT.
I know, you could tell every time you looked in one direction and then suddenly his verbiage changed entirely. You could tell it was ChatGPT.
Yeah, that's usually a no-no for when you're doing live streaming. You probably should just go off the cuff.
It was so obvious. It was so obvious.
Well, I mean, I think that that's their thing, though. They are so obvious. And anyone who actually believes in this it's asinine. The problem is they took it to a real stage. They took it to court. And that's
and they didn't just take it to court. They also then appealed the court's decision. They could have let it stop there. They could have ended there, but they took it all the way through appellate too.
But what the groundwork that's being laid now is.
What do you think this is? Like, I know everybody's like, oh, they're just leaving Brittany with the bag, or they're setting up to sue her or whatever. But there has to be something more here, because one, it's up to us who we pursue. We can go after all of them, together, or we can go after them severally. Yeah. They don't get to decide who why would we choose Brittany out of the bunch?
Because I think they don't know, honestly. And I think this is their last ditch attempt to circle the wagons and try and protect themselves, but they don't know how, because they've never done this before. This is, like I said, this is like playing a AI game, but you're playing it on a real stage. You're playing it in, appellate court. And I can't call it yet.
I think Lacey Ann, first off, thank you for being a member. I think it's one last ditch attempt at public perception.
Yeah, I think
if you listen to everything he said, we don't want anybody discussing this publicly. Oh, this is up to public perception. And like, he kept bringing up the fact that the public saw them. That was the whole reason for this, is because we were given a heads up to the public that these guys aren't who they're presenting themselves as. You can't come in and say you're going to truth serum people. These guys aren't PIs. They were a media group that consists of JLR and blah, blah, blah. They're not these big magical people. We pulled down the fucking veil and showed the Wizard of Oz in all its glory, and they wanted to shut us up. And when that didn't work, and they got humiliated through filing after filing, they tried gag order and another gag order. 2 weeks ago, they were threatening more litigation and a whole nother group of people. But yet suddenly today, he wants to come in and be all chummy with Queen and be Tim and all's good. And no, there's a fucking motive here.
I mean, like, to be honest with you, I would never really want to associate with him, because like, it's a little.
I know you won't.
I'm not like, I don't
like
go
after Brittany, because you're not going to get any money.
Well, no, I would probably, like, if I was in Granny's position, I would go after Brittany just so I can get some sort of, I would probably just put a lien on her YouTube account and stuff like that, and maybe take her.
Oh, no, I don't mean Granny. Granny should be first in line. I meant Nick. I'm sorry. I should have been clear.
Right, like them going after Brittany. She has nothing for them to take, and she's not in their jurisdiction. I think it's to win over the public. They know Brittany has a big target on her back. They know she's a weak link, And they know that people are going to fucking hate bomb. And I almost wonder if they're doing it to see who will hate bomb with them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like the thing is I'm gonna warn people is that you don't want to get associated with people that want to bring litigation right away and all this stuff. It's like you don't want to deal with that shit. I mean, like my advice to you, like I would probably just be very careful of what you say about Nick's because he might bring a lawsuit on you and just fucking just treat it like radioactivity and just fucking avoid it. You know what I mean? Like that guy is radioactive.
Yeah.
And they're all radioactive. And it's like you don't want to be
I think
jammed
that's a
up.
good way of saying it too.
You know what I mean? And it's like in the end of the day, it's going to be handled in court and people are going to have judgments against them, I think, hopefully. And people, at least Granny and Barbecue, will get some of their money back. And that's pretty much it. And, can you take Brittany J's car? Is that considered an asset?
Jesus,
I'm sure
no.
it is, yeah. A car's an asset.
Yeah, take her
Yes,
car.
but it's like a 2006 van. What?
No,
It
I'm
has
thinking.
busted windows. I don't want anything.
No.
sat in.
No, you're not thinking about the opportunity. You get a car, right? And then you rent out a monster truck and you make a goal, like a YouTube goal on driving the monster truck over the car.
I was actually thinking at first, I donate it to like a women's shelter, but I think they deserve better.
Just
I
like
agree
like a monster truck. You just like start, if you meet like $5,000, we will ride this truck over and smash the car. And then you can sell the car for scrap.
It's already scrap. I don't know if
you could spend,
you know what I mean? Like I mean, obviously I hope it goes in Granny's favor quickly and is over. And then I have a request, which I would never make, but I really, really, really miss this. Can we bring the bus back?
We do need to bring the bus back.
The bus was fun. I want to smoke in the back of the bus with Pika.
Don't be like Sludge taking Xanax and smoking marijuana in state that's illegal.
No, Grady's bus was fun.
What?
You got to say allegedly.
No, she said it on a live stream.
Oh, why she says dumb shit.
She said she got Xanax from her mom, and then she smokes marijuana. So,
smart to say.
Grady's not that kind of bus driver, so I feel safe
drive
on her
safely.
bus.
Buckled up.
Yeah.
But no, I really hate the fact that Nick's getting any airtime, and I fed into it too. But I do believe that's his main motive is to get clicks and views and traction. It's been his driven force this entire time. As much as I love to see Brittany kind of get fucked over, as predicted by many, all of us, it's still like,
Yeah, it's conflicting at that.
Yeah.
Tiny moment. There's just a teensy tiny thing where I'm like, oh, girl.
Yeah.
Girl. But
a lot of it, they are being dishonest. And then you got Brittany over there saying everybody sees it, even the hate channels see it. Like, fuck you, because that is what you do. You use anything to validate yourself. Fuck what the internet thinks. Contact an attorney and figure it the fuck out because you're fucked. And she doesn't ever take life serious. That's her biggest issue. She can't distinguish.
She lives in denial.
Did you see her
happen? Oh, I'm sorry, Tim.
No, I'm saying, did you see her live stream while reacting to Nick? She was like living in another fucking reality. She was like Nero fucking playing the liar. As the whole world was burning around her.
Really?
No, she's in delusion. She's in denial. She is in complete denial of what is going on.
She's always been. She was in denial.
She's playing the violin on the Titanic. Yeah. That's what she's doing. She's just playing the violin.
That's not a good example because those people were brave and they were trying to calm people before it was going down.
Oh, right. All right. That's a terrible example.
They knew they weren't
just told me it was terrible.
They knew they weren't going to get into a lifeboat, so they figured let's calm everyone down and just have one last song before we all die. That's
they were being heroes, not Brittany. Brittany's not being a hero.
Yeah, they knew they were going to die. They weren't like, "Yep, we're going to live after we play this song."
What's the Gummy Council? I'm sorry.
She's trying to rename her channel members because she's a moron.
Did you remember the Cletus song? Do you remember the Cletus song I made up? Like Cletus made up when I was like singing the song and he made like a Gummies thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, isn't it? This Gummy Squad.
Wow.
It's a dumbass name and it's not going to stick. You don't force a name on your community. If your community didn't have a name by now, they're not going to have a name by tomorrow. I remember when she mocked all of us, like a Granny got the failings, the MFers, and Queen got the hive, and how stupid. And next thing you know, she's like, yeah, we're the gummies.
Why
'Cause
were
you're
you called the melons?
losing a tooth, one tooth at a time? It was MFers and melon. I just loved watermelons, and the whole thing was we were felon friendly, so it just adapted on its own. It wasn't even like I didn't do what Brittany did. Like, come up with a name, guys. What should we call ourselves? It just developed.
I don't know. We never came up with a name because I just couldn't think of one. And then I was like, well, this is dumb. Everyone has the cool names. I'm not doing it. So we just didn't.
Brittany's team sounds like a bunch of people losing teeth one at a time.
Oh, she chews fucking ice cubes when you have bad teeth. That's not good.
Eats snacks all night long.
Isn't that like a sign that you're really sick with something? If you have to chew
iron
ice?
Deficiency.
Yeah, it's like
some say it's an iron deficiency, but it also just could be an addiction. Just
it might also just be she's a heifer and she wants to eat.
I wasn't gonna say it, but you did.
Yeah,
it's your panel.
That is exactly what it probably is.
Anemia. Okay.
I can't stand her though. I honestly, I can't believe that these people literally came to her and said, all of us told you to stop speaking about Granny and you just couldn't fucking do it. And it says that at least 10 times you were contacted by this group and another time by this group and this group, and you still couldn't shut up.
Bro, that's the crazy thing. Like,
but she's calling Nick.
And she dragged you into this. She denied this whole time. I did not drag Granny into this litigation. She would have been named anyway. And it turned out she was 100% responsible.
Exactly. As if we didn't know it, you know?
But it's like difference between like knowing and then like having positive proof.
Right.
Literally on live streams that you can point to and tell people, I didn't do anything wrong. And this lady went completely real life on me for no fucking reason.
You know, somebody had a good point last night on Queens and they weren't really kind of saying it correctly. So it was kind of shot down, but they may be setting up that if punitives are granted, that Brittany should be the one accountable because she's the one that ignored their directives.
Yeah, could be. I mean, I think she's definitely the bag holder and she's stupid. And I'd feel bad for her, but how many times have I warned this idiot? And
yeah, I mean, honestly, we all have.
Oh, I wish I had a nickel for every time Beats
even one of my good friends, one of my mods, who was an ex-mod of Brittany's, tried having like a serious one-on-one adult talk with her to be like, do you know what you're doing? And Brittany just fucking knows it all. You can't tell the bitch nothing. Now look at her. But when it comes to punitives, here's the other thing too, right? Punitives can be granted separately. Like my punitives are not going to be the same as barbecues, right? Like we're going in as individuals. I'm not barbecue. She's not I. But it also, like, Your Honor, Brittany Jackson did X, Y, and Z, while Hong did X, Y, and Z. Like they can be individually punitive.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got that.
So
I didn't know that was a thing. I'm very ignorant on this, so I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good. Well, then when you were saying you get to choose, you get to decide.
Well, that's even with attorney fees. We get to pursue, obviously, which we can go after the whole group or we can go after solely one of them, and they have to get the monies off their co-plaintiffs.
Yeah. Fascinating. Not in the best way.
Oh, Janice said, probably unpopular opinion, but here it goes. JLR Magnolia has had such success, both in reinventing himself to seem credible and money. And also, I think they thought this was the way in the door, although they effed it all up plus more. But that is what happened. He came in riding off JLR. He even tagged JLR. Due to JLR and his community's commitment, we are now on the team in the search for Sebastian Rogers, something like that. So you're not quite wrong, Janice. It's just
a few years ago, we were all staring at a cornfield.
I know. It's just crazy, though. It's crazy that this is all where we're at. And it's even, more baffling to me that people are somewhat entertaining Nick in any format. Like, people said to me the other day, oh, how do you feel that Jay was chatting with them and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I can only hope at the end of the day that people don't forget who this guy is. And he's not a celebrity to even what around you. We're giving this guy too much credence.
The thing is that like once someone sues another YouTuber over BS, you can never really trust them. And I would just tell people to be very careful, like treat this guy like radioactivity. Because at the end of the day, like, same thing with Betty. She did 2.5 year litigation. She threatens to sue everyone. Why would you ever want to work with that person?
Right.
It's the same thing, because they went real life. They went the ultimate real life, which is frivolous litigation. And that's the end of the day. And you have to realize, like, it's easy to forget about it, but like, I remember the live streams where you jumped on, you were fucking crying because you were like dealing with a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, that actually got brought up again today. It was brought up how I didn't help Queen with her litigation. I wasn't friendly with Queen when she was being sued with Betty. Me and Queen became friendly with the Sebastian Rogers case because we both had a similar take. That's when we started to actually like talk and get to know each other. When Queen shared my Give Send Go, I was entirely grateful. I was also newly being sued by 10 fucking people with the threat of it being on TMZ and a press conference with Dog the Bounty Hunter at my local courthouse. I am so sorry that I didn't think to share her Give Send Go at that moment. Like, it didn't even cross my mind. I had 20 days to come up with a retainer and find an attorney to even respond to them. I was literally I was beyond myself. It just never crossed my mind to say, hey, thank you for sharing mine. Let me share yours now. I didn't do it on purpose. It's not like I didn't want to help her. It just wasn't even in my forethought. Maybe I was being selfish. I'm sure it was. But like, I was being newly sued by 10 fucking people on the back of a nation-known missing child's case. I was terrified. I wasn't
just made my
thinking of
stomach
all
drop
of that.
when you described that. That literally just made
I
my
don't think
stomach
people
drop.
understand the place.
Well, I
was in.
remember like a lot of people forget that not only were they announced the lawsuit, they talked about they were going to go in front of the courthouse and be in a press conference. And then this whole
And I was
thing,
served on a Friday.
Yeah, you were served on a Friday, and then they were like this. Yeah, and you had to find an attorney, and unfortunately, the first attorneys didn't work out for you, and that money was basically pissed away because these guys didn't do shit. They did absolutely shit that they were supposed to do. But the good news is that you found a good attorney that actually knows what the fuck he's doing.
Thank God I did. It was a long road. But like that keeps coming up every now and then. And I'm like, holy shit. Like I get it. I get how Queen feels about it. We spoke about it, but I don't know why it keeps coming up. Like
it's a point of argument. It's the same thing. Like they go at different ways to go at barbecuing you and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think it's just to divide people. Like they, you know what I mean? Because they want to farm you for reactions. They want to clip farm you for reactions so they can react. And it's always the same group of fucking people that sit in the back. They don't donate. They don't help out. They don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, I'm going to say this, like, all these people like the HOA, what the fuck has the HOA done? Queen fought Betty for 2.5 years and proved not only that she's a liar, but she's a fucking, bamboozler. Everyone used to believe that she was great legal, but she does great attorney work. Guess what? Queen proved that was wrong. You and Barbecue, if everything goes right, will have the first successful anti-Slapp. What the fuck did these other people do? Like, really? Like, what is these other people doing? You know what I mean? And then they're sitting here trying to comment on you on what we should do. And I'm like, it sounds like we're actually enacting better change for the world while you motherfuckers sit around drinking alcohol on live streams in your pajamas and smoking dope.
Well, they really should be thanking me because it's clear that they were going to go up after other people.
Oh, yeah.
Even, like they signed under oath in all these different states because they were going to put this in the local courthouse, get it there, and then they were going to move it to federal. And that way it gave jurisdiction over people in different states. And yeah, I'm sure some of you over there, HOA, were targets.
Yeah, you know what? Well, definitely Johnson was a target with Betty. She was going to be next. 100%. I know. We know what, I'm not going to say it because I want her to suffer a little bit, but we know that she was going to be the next target.
Right.
But the facts are like, they say things to undermine your GoFundMe too. Says, oh, she's a cancer scammer. You know why they say that? To undermine your GoFundMe. Because they want to and then they don't want to tell you the whole story of everything going on. You explained it I think 6, 7 fucking
Not only
times.
that, but I had private phone calls with each of them. They were all my friends after that.
Yeah.
Not, friends, how YouTube is, but it's an easy fallback that people always take.
Yeah. And then it's like they do this. They say these things to undermine. The same thing they try with Queen. They're like, oh, she's scamming the money. She's not actually using the money. What? Have you looked at the filings? But that's what these people do, man. And they're just nasty people. Very nasty people, man.
Yeah.
No,
it just happened again today, Ellie. It was just brought up again today.
I got to go make green pepper or stuffed green peppers for dinner.
Oh, that sounds good. I haven't had that in a long time.
Me neither. That's why I'm making them. And it's freezing cold. So.
Oh my God, it's beyond cold.
How is it?
Yeah, it's freezing.
It's 23 degrees right now.
Ugh.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'll see you.
Thank you, B-Tim. Thank you to you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, they purposely keep bringing that shit up to try to cause fraction. And it's like, I don't know what else to say about it. I'm sorry. I just wasn't thinking of that. Like, it wasn't hindsight's 2020. I wasn't even in a good place at that time. I don't know what else to say. It's wild. The whole side has absolutely no integrity. The obsession BJ has with you is not only weird AF. I've not seen anything like it. Yeah, and this solidifies it, right? Right here.
Her life. It was exactly specific. It's deja vuing her into this. I have 2025. So
that's my last big point.
We being me specifically, she accused me of orchestrating all this stuff, dragging her into this. To be clear, when it's deja vu, hearing that stream where she spoke about us and myself specifically and how I contributed to making this the hardest time of her life. It was exactly that exact sentence that she said when she approached us. This is the craziest, hardest time of my life. So I guess that's
right there. Nick's saying the same thing she just said the other day to insult them is the same thing she said when she approached them. And that's my whole point. It's been the same thing Brittany has said for fucking years. Go back to 2021, 22, 23, 24. Same song and dance. I'm the biggest victim. This is the hardest thing I went through. People are attacking me. People are doxing me. It's not fucking happening. Now she's gotten some shit. Absolutely. Absolutely now she's gotten some shit. Thank you, Tia. At the end of the day, Granny has shown phenomenal growth and she owns her mistakes, which is so much more than I can say about most creators in this sector. I think we all just try, man. Not to mention early on, your GoFundMe was taken down once it was met the first time during all this. Yeah. Like it was a whirlwind. It was an absolute whirlwind.
a repeating factor. For the hamburgers that are still in the freezer before you get on that grill and flip-flop around, I suggest you guys just understand that drama is drama, and if you continue to feed into it, it's going to keep coming. So if you want it to go away, you stop. You don't acknowledge it. You move on. If you want it to keep coming, you do stuff like that. Show me the receipts, guys. Y'all, I need to see these receipts.
I have apologized. It's a conversation we have had several times.
I can't be doing this, and y'all, I can't believe it. Well, call me. Don't take it on YouTube and act like that. Oh my God, I'm shocked. You're shocked that I had to come back at you. It's like a skit out of Family Guy. When you think of it, she could pass for Stewie's girlfriend. I'm sorry, I hate to do that, but you can. When you come out and you say, oh my God, I don't know anything. Well, check your email. Nobody calls me. Check your missed calls and your voicemails. Nobody emails me. Oh yeah, we did. And they approached me. Okay. I mean, it's kind of crazy, guys. Anyway, dear Miss Brittany, on October 8th, you received an initial email regarding the imminent filing, and this came from, I believe, the attorney, I believe.
That was amazing, Andy.
I can't see it on here. On October 8th, you received an email regarding the imminent filing of a preliminary injunction against online disruptors who have caused serious emotional distress to you and individuals actively engaged in the search for Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. That email sent at 4:49.
I know we're all tired of listening to him, but what he says here is actually important because it's the truth. Again, I don't know why he waited till now to do all of this. Like I would love to take it as some type of vindication, but it just feels like a slap every single fucking time. Because it's like, again, you are validating that I did not belong in this. You are recognizing that I did not belong in this. You redact out Jackson, but you leave my name up. Like there's a fucking game being played here.
8 p.m. explicitly stated, all individuals are to immediately cease and desist from covering anything that mentions Defendant Trude and Defendant Singh. No other limitations at this time. Despite this clear directive, you continue to discuss Ms. Singh. This was followed by multiple attempts to address these issues with you. Make sure that we...
Of course, he watches. I said Nick always wanted to be friends. Granny, you really one of the most genuine type people, and I love the community you built here. Cheering you on, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, like a slap or a slap, right? This is important. Multiple times, despite this clear directive, you continue to discuss Jessica, Granny.
Or not having too many unredacted issues there. At Night's corporate team contacted you approximately 10 times before October 8th, 2024, and the present day to request that you refrain from covering the litigation. Mr. Blank's team attempted to discuss the situation with you.
Mr. whose team? Mr. Castor's team? Mr. Castor's team or Mr. Lasniak's team, I'd love to know which, attempted to discuss this situation with you approximately 6 times during this time period. Dog the Bounty Hunter's team reached out to you approximately 3 times for the same purpose. Your moderation team communicated with you at least 20 times regarding this matter. So you got at night at least 10 times. You got whatever attorney's name's hidden behind that little blackout at least 6 times. You got Dog the Bounty Hunter at least 3 times, and her own mods at least 20 times, telling her to stop talking about me, and yet it continued. Who the fuck is obsessed? No, I get it by you. I'm just telling you, we have spoke about it many times. Oh, yeah, Mr. Castor's not done with all this. You will absolutely hear more from Mr. Castor. Yes. Bank on it. Thank God I have the attorney I have. Don't ever call me obsessed again when your own fucking people that you signed into litigation and NDAs with told you to shut up about me on this many times and you couldn't do it. And you have the nerve to say, do I think me and Granny would still have drama? Yeah, she's obsessed. No, this right here is the final icing on the cake. Fuck all the years. Fuck all the times I can pull up where I say, just leave me alone. I don't talk about you. The fact that I had you blocked for years, that fuck it all. This right here is the ultimate proof that you are the one that is obsessed. You thought getting in bed with these people and trying to ruin my life was going to take me down and somehow going to lift you up. It did opposite. And now look at you. You deserve everything you have coming your way. Yeah, all I had to do was shut up. Yet Brittany couldn't even shut up. It's a game for him. They do this often. You called their bluff. Know when to hold them. Long game. I know. Cash, I know it.
Approximately 6 times during the same period. Dog the Bounty Hunter's team reached out to you approximately 3 times for the same purpose.
So we know Dog the Bounty Hunter's fully aware. So when people want to give him the out, just like they try to give Brittany, oh, well, she didn't know what she was doing and blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. And when we said that the green team people are getting packets, this also proved that as well. See, all wanted to sit out here and act like we were all crazy and that we didn't know what we were talking about. And what do you mean green team packets? He. But you're getting these type of fucking emails saying that your channel's not to be live during these periods because so-and-so's coming from overseas. Yeah, absolutely. We're getting fucking packets. This is weird. Was she a litigant? Is she a plaintiff? Is she a client of Joseph Lasniak? Or is she a working member of That Night?
Your moderation team communicated with you at least 20 times since October 8th, 2024 regarding this matter.
Everything.
Mr. Joseph Lesniak attempted to discuss the situation with you approximately 3 times, during which you agreed to refrain from the topic, but subsequently continued.
Even Lesniak told you to shut the fuck up about me, and you couldn't.
To date, you have made 0 effort to curb the behavior that is I'm sorry, I can't say it, guys. The situation. Instead, you have stated that drama is essential for your channel's survival.
You stated that drama is essential for your channel's survival. Yet you sued me over her drama.
However, this same drama is severely impacting our ability to operate effectively. Despite more than 24 attempts over the past year, the issue persists unchanged. Furthermore, we have recently learned that a defendant in the Delaware County matter has filed a separate complaint against you.
And you learned that because we had to email Lasniak because Brittany tried calling my attorney.
Sang v. Jackson in the Court of Common Pleas. A copy is attached for your records. Jessica Sang has filed an action against you for declaratory judgment in response to the cease and desist letter you sent her on September 10, 2025.
You, bold.
This type of legal action seeks the court's authoritative opinion on the rights and legal relationship between parties without requiring immediate enforcement or damages. This is not my expertise, guys. I don't know if any of this language is true. I'm just reading what the lawyers said. Lawyers, whatever you want to call them. It's more than one, but I guess we can call it one. The core of Seng's complaint centers on her operation of a YouTube channel, Granny's Watching, where she provides commentary on true crime. This sounds like it would come from outside. It's kind of funny, where they have to break it down for her, where she provides commentary on true crime and related public matters. Where is that at? Oh, right here. All right. Let's see. Make sure we don't miss, because it looks like it. Okay. The core. Is that where it is? Yeah. Yeah. The core of the complaint centers around her operation on the YouTube channel Granny's Watching, and it stems from disputes from original prior litigation. That case was dismissed with prejudice and the court recognized your status as a limited.
Which basically says you try to put in a cease and desist shit that was already litigated in Pennsylvania, moron. That's what this says right here.
Public figure under appeal. In drafting this declaratory action, Sang challenges the accusation in your cease and desist, which include the allegation or the alleged unlawful publication and discussion of a confidential domestic violence report involving you, claims that Sang made false and defamatory statements about you. Man, I need a Gatorade for all this. Claims that Sang. Okay,
notice this part. She further alleges your cease and desist letter is an attempt to chill her free speech and continue baseless litigation. Facts.
Assertions that Sang incited online harassment against you. Accusations that Sang made statements suggesting you deserved abuse, alleged threats, and harassment directed at your online moderators. Sang contends that the information she discussed was lawfully obtained, public record, that her commentary is protected speech under both the First Amendment and applicable state laws, and that your claims are without legal merit. She further alleges your cease and desist letter is an attempt to chill her free speech and continue baseless allegation. Please be advised that
what ChatGPT attorney wrote this up? The law offices of ChatGPT. Oh, I'll check it for you. Hold on. This is too much for me. I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'll tell you the exact date that my attorney had to reach out to Brittany's attorney and at night. I'm sorry, not at night. Lasniak, to let Brittany know that she should not, cannot, and will not be directly speaking with him. Because despite retaining over $10,000 for a lawyer, Brittany still didn't know how litigation works. Hold on, I'm looking. Gosh, I got so many emails. Is it this one? Nope. It has to be after that because it was after she was served. Is there another way to do this? Maybe this one. Okay, it is this one. This was dated 11/11. Oh, wait. Is this just... Oh, October 31st. Because it says right here in this email, it says, then on or about October 31st, 2025, Ms. Jackson contacted this office via voice message. In her voicemail, Ms. Jackson did not note the case related to her call. In turn, this office emailed you and Joseph P. Lasniak, advising her that we could not discuss either case with her because she is represented by counsel in one case. And based on the contents of the C&D and her affirmations there too, you were her counsel here too. Again, you did not respond. At some point after Ms. Jackson's October 31st voicemail, it was brought to her attention she's handling this litigation pro se. Does anybody else remember? Hey, Cracker Jacks. Does anybody else remember when Brittany lied to everybody and said she responded to me in PA that day? Put a 1 in the chat if anybody else remembers Brittany saying that she filed the necessary paperwork in Pennsylvania that day. And yet still to this day, she has not responded to anything. Yep, people remember it.
At night will not allocate any funds or resources toward your... No, I gotta go back. No, it goes to the next page.
Oh.
Toward your... And then here. Sorry, guys. There's a bunch of. No. It's okay.
Okay, there it is. Up.
Please be advised that at night will not allocate any funds or resources toward your defense.
We can recommend several attorneys. Based on experience, you will likely need a retainer of approximately $3,000. Now, how is it, Brittany, that you're trying to say for me it costs $300, bitch, and your own fucking team of legal experts, your private intelligence group that works for the elite, said that it would cost you at least $3,000? You want to tell me again that it only cost me $300? Need a retainer approximately $3,000, though the total cost may be less, in which case the attorney would refund any unused funds. For clarity, at night will continue to provide support for your defense in the ongoing appeal related to a separate 2024 matter. The appeal you said you didn't know was happening? We strongly urge you to take this matter seriously and comply with all prior directives to avoid further complications. Basically, we told you to shut the fuck up about her. You didn't. You then sent her a C&D. She responds, files into courts, and you fucking ignore it? You are dead weight to them. You're right. You're not in a driver's seat. You're not in a back seat. You're in the trunk. Put a 2 in chat if you remember at time Brittany told the truth ever. Facts. No twos will appear, my friend.
In the litigation filed by Ms. Singh, we can assist you in locating local counsel.
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
You will be responsible.
That's right. She says it cost me $180. $180. Ha! It cost me more than that to have you served because we don't do overnight FedEx.
For all associated costs, we can recommend several attorneys. Based on experience, you will likely need a retainer of approximately $3,000. Though the total cost could be much less, yada yada, you would get the money back from the attorney. For clarity, at night we'll continue to provide support in the defense for the appeal in the separate matter. We strongly urge you take this matter seriously and comply with all prior directives to avoid further complications. And for today, that is what I've got for you. I'm not going to make this into a crazy wild show. I will show you guys the egg again because I think that I do want to make a few things crystal clear.
Yeah.
Hold on. I don't know.
He thinks he's funny with the egg, except for he stole it from your girl, right? So if you got to take jokes from us, Nick, you're really not that clever. Okay. If you look at the so-called invoices, Brittany showed it clearly says retainer. Well, it doesn't matter anyway. At this point, we know without any doubt at all that Rancher is not representing Brittany, was not representing Brittany. Matter of fact, Brittany and Craig now say that he things didn't pan out with him and basically implying he's a bad lawyer. How do you like that? Sorry, just reading some things. Well, since day one, we knew the truth would eventually come out and Jess will be vindicated. Yeah, but I want everybody to remember this. And maybe this is, I can't quite put my finger on what's going on yet. I have a few ideas. But one thing I know for sure is no vindication I have really gotten has came via Nick or this event here. The most vindication I got was that her own team told her to stop talking about me and she couldn't. She was approached by 5 different people, each of them several different times, and she could not stop talking about me. That right there is the only vindication I got from all of this, is that she's obsessed, but we already knew that. As far as everything else goes, we won this litigation because their lawsuit was baseless and the judge recognized it as such. We won this litigation because we hired competent attorneys who acted swiftly and intelligently and made their point very clear, unlike the filing that was brought against us. My final validation will come when the Superior Court puts the gavel down and hopefully is in our favor. But even if not, we then fall back on our preliminary objections, which we would win anyhow. See, we knew going with the Slapp was a brand new thing. My attorney and I discussed it for a long time before we decided to do it. He wanted to do a regular hearing, let it get kicked out on the objections, and then file a Dragon Eddy. He was probably right that we should have, but it don't, because we want to be in this rabbit hole now, but it doesn't matter. Nonetheless, it will likely be the first successful slap in Pennsylvania. No, case code is not a trophy to be had. It is for the attorneys involved, yes. But for the people, not really. I mean, it's a shame that this media group will go down in case law. Hopefully the awareness gets to other families. She herself says anytime she doesn't check her email and did she give them her burner phone number, she deserves everything she gets. Yeah, I don't believe anything. I believe Brittany received some items. Most of them are blackened out. We can't take anything this guy says as face value, but here's what's said. We can't take anything she says either, right? Like, did I hear last night that she admitted that they did tell her to stop talking about me? I definitely heard for myself where she said, because I respond. No, you initiate it. Go back to my community posts from when this started, and you will see about every other day I made a post to document and said as much, just documenting that the girl who's terrified is speaking about me again. Here I am documenting, because I didn't know what I could and could not do when this first started. And then I got myself a badass attorney who said, you're not paying to fight this, to shut up. And he was right. As for Nick saying this all played out in the public and blah, 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 you guys did that, Nick. Some people may forget, but I don't. I remember you all up in the E's, feeling like the big shot on campus. Oh, the big intelligence group that's going to take down these Rico operators. It's nothing more than a single fucking mother coming online, speculating, and running my mouth. And that's what I said at the end of Queens. I had to do everything in me to stop myself from fucking crying because I was just beyond myself. So I'll finish playing that out, and then we will go ahead and wrap it up. And please, I'm not giving him any further attention. I can't do it. I can't help but feel like this is all with motive. I don't know what it is yet, but this guy just needs to go back under the bridge. Like, he's caused enough damage, man.
Apologize for that. I really am. And I'm glad that he apologized about my kids. I mean, because that was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go down that route. And Beaton would never hurt a family. He would never go after a missing.
Yeah, they're everything they claimed we were. Just like when they first doxed me on X and doxed my family, and Brittany replayed it 3 times through 3 other people. Just like they came in threatening. These guys didn't change overnight. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, Chrissy. You got this, Jess. So many of us believe in you. I'm sure I can speak for many. We'd stay next to you and behind you. Thank you. I don't know how I missed that. I'm so sorry. I still say it's all production. Part 2 of the web sleuths. They thought you pay the $500, move on. Netflix or Paramount next. They might think that. I think the experiment's going to be if people hate Brittany enough to accept them.
Child. So he would never go after the family of a missing child. He would never do anything like that. I have Krama's videos. Hold on, here it is.
The core.
I'm not even playing that.
It's so low though.
I'm not playing Nick's stupid little fucking AI. Ha ha ha. Let's act like we have inside jokes together. Fucking video. I'm not doing it. I don't find anything about that funny or amusing. And of course I wouldn't, because it was my life, right? I get it. I get not everybody understands the impact of all of this. I said this the other day and I'll say it again. For a lot of people, you come on here to disconnect from your real life, to get away from it, to have enjoyment. I'm sorry that what they did took the joy, not just from me, but from all of you. But this is my real life. I'll never forget having to call my grandma. I'll never forget having to show my kids photos of them so they could be safe. So while people may find this type of trolling or him throwing Brittany under the bus amusing, I'm having a hard time with it. And I believe that's part of their intent. Thank you, Kay.
Can't hardly hear. Can you all hear this, or is it just me that's low? Is it low just for me?
No, it's low.
The complaint centers around on the YouTube channel Granny's watching, and it stems from disputes from original prior litigation. That case was dismissed with prejudice, and the court recognized your status as a limited public figure under appeal. In drafting this declaratory action, Sang challenges the accusation in your cease and desist, which include.
You notice what that says, though?
Or the alleged unlawful publication and discussion of a confidential.
That they're basically saying you tried to go after Granny for something you already went after her for MPA. You can't do that, dummy.
Well, and that's what made me wonder if he wasn't fucking pissed off because she did this bullshit and she didn't say a goddamn word to them about it. And they're already in litigation. You know what I'm saying? They're right there. She's already in litigation with you. Like, she could have fucked their whole everything up.
Look at the document that gets stamped in that video. What, his stupid AI hamburger video? I mean, I get what you're saying, Crafty, but I don't care. I can't be any more frank than that. I just don't care.
Doing that.
A fucking bucket ripped your life upside down, like what the chat saying about calm down.
She could have fucked their whole.
And there definitely was a chatter that said calm down, and I'm like, calm down. I thought I was being pretty fucking calm. For anybody who knows me,
everything up doing that.
Thank you so much. Respectfully, I understand like what the chat's saying about calm down and shit, but if you had a man that literally chose you out of a fucking bucket, ripped your life upside down, that of you and your children, your entire family, you all wouldn't have your heart drop to see him in a chat of a place where you're comfortable at any other time?
Well,
like, we're not going to act like I'm just out of control for feeling how I feel.
Nobody's right. We would feel the same way. I know I would feel the same fucking way. Shit.
I don't think
shit makes your heart drop. Like, what the fuck's he doing? Like, nobody else sees this man's up to a fucking game here.
I don't think anybody's trying to like say you're out of control. I think we all just don't want you to say something that's going to be able to be used against you, right? Like, you fought for 2 fucking years. Don't let that fucking
dude. Huge shout out to Clue, because Clue, don't yell at me, bitch, but the bitch got a big heart. Okay, I won't tell everybody the lovey-dovey messages, but she does. She really does. You know, people give Clue a hard time because she's like me. She's loud. She's crass. She's crude. But she really does have a heart.
Evil son of a bitch come in here and fuck everything up. Don't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool.
Fuck him.
Cooler heads prevail for sure.
I'll carry on with what I came back up to say. I'll take a deep breath because you're not worth another second of my energy, Nick. But if there's anybody you owe a fucking apology to, it's me. You never had a reason to do what you did to me. Ever. You didn't even have anything valid to put my name in what you put my name in. And you fucking know it, which is why you offered me an out before you even served me. You should have never served my name on that docket, and you fucking know it. You fucking know it. But I wanted to say the idea that they had to email her and say, we told you, your mods told you, the attorneys told you, Dog the Bounty Hunters team told you to stop speaking on GW, and you still have the fucking gall to come out here and say, I'm the one who's obsessed. You went into a courthouse with a filing saying you're so terrified of me you can't sleep at night, but you still couldn't get my name out of your fucking mouth. None of this was ever warranted. Any of it was ever fucking warranted or necessary. None of this. Maybe I don't find it as amusing as everybody else. You know, yeah, Brittany's going to get what she deserves and whatever. At the end of the day, this guy's still fucking creepy. He's still distracted entirely from Sebastian's case, flipped this community upside down. He didn't just accuse me and you and Clue and Barbecue and anybody else. He included our entire chat. We had people that were afraid to fucking comment out of fear that they were being followed, stalked. My fucking daughter's employment was contacted. Nick's looking up if I have custody of my kids or not. But this was a lot more than just, you know, he's going at Brittany now, so cool on you, Nick. The hate in the world for Brittany will never take back what you've done to people's lives. Not just mine, but Sebastian. The child you finally mentioned tonight. We all wanted the same fucking thing. I didn't realize my mic was so muffled. Yup, you're right, Laura. He had no problem reading out Laziak's name, so that gives the name that he blackened out was Caster's. Guess what? We haven't forgotten about Caster. We agree. In the words of my attorney, rest assured. Make no mistake. We all wanted the same fucking thing. Whether we agreed with your position on it or not, we all wanted to spread awareness for him.
Right. I think we can all agree on that. Yeah, we all wanted to spread awareness for him.
I was never in no secret conversations with Chris Proudfoot. I was one of the only motherfuckers who came out here and said, I see the red flags in Chris Proudfoot. But if you would have slowed down instead of feeling like the big man on campus, the big private intelligence group member you are, and instead of realizing you had jurisdiction over me and throwing me in your frivolous litigation, you probably could have had a decent fucking conversation at the beginning of the day. People can give whatever motive they want for what you're doing right now. I don't give a fuck what your motive is because I know at the end of the day, it's not pure. Nothing about you is genuine. Nothing about you is good. Your jokes are half-assed. You stole them from other people. You've been watching everything, wanting to be in with the in crowd.
That's the part people need to remember. I put whatever motive you want on this guy. Just know it's not pure.
Fucked up a long time ago. I'm glad you gave Beats him and Queen the apologies they deserve, but you owe one to a major community and especially to Sebastian. That's where your main apology should be. Now, can you tell us what happened to Trump coming, please? We haven't heard another word.
Pecan Pie says again, and no one is playing that. We are laughing at the ridiculousness of this. And they said,
And Pecan did tell me, like, Granny, I'm laughing at this, but I want you to know I'm not laughing at what you've been through. And I said, I appreciate that, Pecan. I truly do, because I'm not going to lie. I feel some type of way. I do.
that they're showing support for you in the chat.
No, I know that, Pecan. I appreciate that. I'm just saying in general, like, I get it. But did I not, have I not always proven that, Jill? You know what I mean? Like when Brittany admitted, hey, I've never had my real life fucked with until I started going at Clue. Or when I defended her own fucking children, something she wouldn't do. How many times have I shown grace to that graceless bitch? That's why this is your karma. That some of the things he's saying is like funny and we all want to see Brittany held accountable. But listen, that girl's going to be held accountable at the end of the day anyway. Right. They all are. I already got
that's something I said earlier is, I can enjoy the shit show of this, but it also pisses me off a little bit, the thought that if she is left holding the fucking bag, there's 8 other fucking plaintiffs that'll get by scot-free.
Yeah.
I mean,
I said yeah there, but no, they won't, because it don't end there. It don't end there. When that all ends, we only just begun.
Yeah.
It does kind of fuck me up when I think about that, even though I'm going to get immense fucking pleasure out of watching her ass get what's coming to her legally. It still is bullshit.
You know what? Because
I mean, even her costing y'all 10 grand, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? 10 grand and lies on your fucking name, bullshit, having to go to court, even deal with the bullshit. You still could sit back and be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Out of all of them, they're all getting off on it, pretty much.
I can only imagine what I was about to say there, but I'm sure it was going to be grace shown to BJ, which is, I'm glad I didn't.
Walking the fuck off with, while she's left holding the bag.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, when it comes to me and him, like, we have each other. You know what I mean? We're not fighting it alone. So fuck you, Nick. Fuck you, Tony. Fuck you, Seth. Fuck you, Betty. Fuck you, all the other ones that are in there.
That was my whole point. By the way, buddy, where's Trump? Well, whatever happened to the site in here, the site in there, the search of this and the search of that? Where did it all go? Like, I can get down with a Brittany dragon. Even if you steal my egg jokes, I can get down with it, okay? What I can't get down with is the actual harm you caused to that child's case, period. It ain't even about just me. It ain't even about just us. I'm not going to forget the emails I got from active chatters that have been with me for years that were literally scared because they saw themselves in a fucking exhibit and named as a doe. People can paint me out to be selfish and all these other things they want to try to be because I didn't do this or I didn't do that. I can assure you, I am one of the most genuinely concerned for others people you ever meet, to the point where I've defended Brittany where it didn't even benefit me to do so. I will never allow my morals to change based on who the fuck's in a room.
That I don't know.
I don't even know some of the names. But I'll tell you what, there's 10 plaintiffs, Nick. There's not 12. There's 10. Moron.
shit pisses me off again. The amount of LARPing going on is just sickening, though, because at the end of the day, like, while this paperwork on the screen may seem legitimate and may blah, 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 your attorney sending out emails at 2 a.m. Didn't you guys make a remark about attorneys doing that? Because that one email to Brittany was 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
Yeah.
To me, this is just a bunch of raha, look over here, not over there bullshit. That's all it is. Yep. And they'll grab views from it. They'll grab attention, and they'll use
I
those same.
personally think it's an attempt to try.
They'll use those same views and those same attentions to try to gaslight everybody why their fucking Rico didn't work.
Try and gain or garner support.
Yep. Facts.
Yeah.
From a community that, quite honestly, it hates his ass and everybody and everything associated with him.
Amen.
And I think he's going to learn real quick that doesn't work that way.
I hope
we're
so.
not BJ and the fucking Gummy Squad over here. It just don't work like that.
We actually have morals and standards. We don't accept people that we've already acknowledged for who they are. Yeah. That's your little crew over there. Yeah. You can take the potatoes. That Brittany badmouth the
Betty,
fuck
I
out
mean,
of you.
his buddy Betty spent 2.5 years fucking my whole life up. Shit.
I know that's right.
She loved every fucking second of it. Fucking dirty bitch.
Yeah, I wonder how Betty feels with Nick coming around.
Oh, I'm sure she's fucking livid.
She's curious to know if he's in her chat.
I'm sure BJ's livid. I'm sure there's a reason for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
sure there's ulterior motives behind it, whether it's on our side or theirs, but I'm sure there's ulterior motives behind it.
They absolutely have ulterior motives. There is no reason all of this is going down right now. And what did Brittany really say or do to warrant any of it? Nick decided one day that he wanted B. Tim's docs so much that he was willing to settle and that he had the power to get B. Tim in person. Let's not forget how this all began. Because Sinner and Nick, for whatever reason, joined forces, and they wanted B. Tim's identity that bad.
To debate. There was no reason to even do all that when he could have came over here and cracked the fucking link on B. Tim when B. Tim was up here.
Because to Brittany, Brittany is to me, and I am to Brittany, what Betty is to Queen, and Queen is to Betty. So that's why I think Betty would be pissed to know that Nick's being all chummy in her chat and making videos like they have insider jokes and shit. Absolutely, I can see that pissing the fuck out of Betty.
I told him to come up here and waited for him to come up here.
Absolutely, he does. They want his identity.
He didn't take the opportunity. It was 2 hours after B. Tim went to bed when he popped in.
Right, of course.
Queen, I got to drive real quick.
And then he said he has to wait 30 to 60 days to even come on the panel. But I'm sure everybody will line up. Fucking loser, dude. He's a loser. 30 to 60 days, because that's when the judgment should come back. And by that time, he should be able to smooth everybody over to let bygones be bygones. Hey, guys, we're not your enemy. Brittany is. We're not the ones that did everything. Brittany is. Listen, I'm all about Brittany being the scapegoat. Like I said earlier, bah, bitch. But I also ain't dumb. So, I don't know. I wish you the best in whatever you're trying to do, Nick. Good luck to you. But you're a few thousand attorney fees late and a few fucking motions on the docket late. I didn't fight all this far. To just be like, oh, okay. Yeah, bygones be bygones, misunderstanding. Hee hee ha ha. You put on the fucking news and try to get on my local news that I'm operating a Rico. All I heard about him is that apparently Brittany made a statement that she asked him to come on panel to defend her, and he won it. I don't know if that's true. Did anybody hear it? Can you confirm it? Is the penalty phase likely to be hearing after hearing? Probably, yeah. Thank you, Deanna. I know, Mimi. They really do. Brittany said that she asked Tony to come on panel, but he won it. That's what I was told. I don't know if it's true because I didn't listen to her. My head was spinning enough, but I think I'm going to start restreaming Brittany. I know you guys are tired of it, but I might as well, fucker.
I'm mad all over again. Realizing once again that it was absolutely the timeline we said it was. Brittany had a call with Tony because she was afraid I was dog whistling for Nick to come on panel. And next thing you know, I'm their first go-to because I'm local. It's crazy. And this all started because they couldn't distinguish Brittany from Brittany Jackson. And here we are. What should we call them? Excellent segments? Should we pull up the Brittany Fried of the day? And we'll get the best clip we can of where Brittany just sounds like an idiot. Grady, you showed enormous restraint and grace last night. I'm happy you showed your quiet strength for all to see. Oh, thank you, DJ. By the way, the chat was saying I was like, oh my God, am I like losing control right now? Because I thought I was being calm. Egg sense from BJ. It's not a bad idea. Fried egg of the day. I like that. Thank you, Colleen. I really appreciate you. They were blinded by the dogged bounty hunter facade and signed on immediately. Yeah, I mean, Terry Lynn was the only one to admit that. Terry Lynn straight up said, hey, Sarah B, I thought I was going to be able to meet Dog the Bounty Hunter, so I did it. I mean, bless her heart for being honest. I can always appreciate honesty, even with Melissa. She was upset. She was upset that I put up that joke about Mark Safe. I was just trying to make light of a serious situation, right? I didn't mean to insult her. But I appreciate the fact that she was honest. You know what I mean? I will take people that admit their honesty and their fuck ups over people that lie and lie and lie, like Brittany, every fucking day. Rotten egg of the day. I like that. Well, speaking of which, Kenna just told me that Clue just played that part. So it appears Clue is live going over the stream. So if you guys want to hear it there, I will go on and do that. If you haven't, please consider hitting a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you all for being patient with me as I pushed back the stream several times today. I do realized after I went live that everybody was live. So I'm sorry if it made you feel like you had to choose a place. I never want to do that. I am confident that they see what is going on and have my back in it. So we'll see. Make sure you guys go let Clue know that you know she's a sweetheart. I appreciate you guys, seriously. Oh, should I send you there, B? Oh, I got some new tea. Shit, I should have covered that. You just reminded me, B. I had some very interesting shit. Damn it. Oh, man. Let me make sure I get this fucking buffoon out of my algorithm. Hold on. That's why I hate touching these people. Oh, it's not erasing. All right. Oh, they're not live now for me to do it. Damn it. It would have been exciting. I guess maybe either later tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to come on with something a little bit different that I think is very damn interesting. You all may as well. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But it's something different that I think is very entertaining. And we're going to jump into that. And in the meantime, though, I do sincerely, deeply, truly appreciate all of you. And I'll see y'all back here next time. Sorry, NCam. Bye.